We're back. This is Keepin G-Real podcast doing a UFC 235 recap. My dumbass accidentally writes 45. We ain't even here yet. I'm back with my homeboy Andy J.
Yeah.
Andy J's trying to make a case for guest of the year, dude. He's coming for you, Kyle.
I mean, come on, let's just compare here. Come on.
I mean, he is a legend, Kyle. If you end up listening to this, you can't compete with a legend, dude.
It's hard to do.
So we're gonna do a recap of the fights. We'll talk a little bit about the fights that are coming up. This fight card was fucking nasty. You said you didn't watch the whole thing, though.
I didn't watch the whole thing because nobody would shut the fuck up in my buddy's house. But the last two fights were amazing.
Yeah, dude, they were like one for the fucking ages. Where the fuck? Okay. Well, to be honest, on paper, we'll just go with the main card. The fight card actually was not all that great as far as like the guys that were on it, and then some of the fights were kind of actually lackluster too. My boy Nikita Krylov stormed in and won by submission against Ovid St. Preux. Crazy. That fight was a good fight. So you didn't see those fights? You didn't see any of these fights right here?
I remember like bits and pieces of them, but I can't remember the finishes.
Well, Nikita Krylov looked like he found the fucking Mexican supplements, you know? Not to be like...
He's going to Canelo's gym.
Yeah, blame it on the meat. I don't know, dude. He looked fucking shredded. Now, he's fought at heavyweight, I'm pretty sure, but he went down to 205, took OSP on. He looked really good, man. Like, it was back and forth early, and then he eventually sunk the submission in. The most boring fight out of all these cards was this Alan Jouban and Dwight Grant fight. And I'm happy you didn't see that, because that fight fucking sucked.
I think that's when we ended up getting our damn food, and I just stopped paying attention to that one. The next one, I saw a little bit of that one. I remember...
your boy, Eric Anders.
That dude was scared shitless. You can tell he was just shitting his pants the whole time.
Do you think he was scared shitless, or do you think once he got rocked early, he was just messed up the rest of the fight?
Well, because in the third round, I remember him kind of like every time Roundtree would hit him, he'd give like a big-ass sigh and just not wanting to go back in there and fight anymore.
So you just think he felt defeated?
Yeah, I just think Roundtree was just too much for him. He looked scared shitless.
He kept fighting. Rogan was going, stop the fight. He's like, if I was the quarterback, I would have let him out. Stop it.
Because he probably said the same damn thing. He looked scared shitless.
Nah, he could have stopped fighting if he wanted to. Ain't no one telling you to fucking fight.
He didn't want to quit. Maybe that's just him. He just didn't want to quit, but you can tell he didn't want to fight him.
Yeah, and like I know Rogan got excited over Khalil Roundtree, but like neither of those guys are that good at fighting. I mean, Khalil Roundtree can strike.
He's a tank.
Who, Roundtree or Anders?
Roundtree.
Both of them.
Roundtree hits like a damn tank. I think that's why Anders just looked like he was just shitting himself after the first couple hits.
But Roundtree does not have any skills outside of striking.
Oh, so I'm not saying he's going to be like a title fighter.
Rogan's like over there at the fucking, no, look at him. He's like freaking out. And it's like, Rogan freaks out a little bit too much over fighters aren't that good. Like, I like Khalil Roundtree. Setzer and I think we picked him to beat Eric Anders. I think we all did, right?
I don't know. I can't remember.
But yeah, I mean, is he a top 205er? Neither of those guys are. Hell no. I mean, anyone that could grapple. Like I've watched Khalil Roundtree get grappled up before, and I've also watched him gas out tons of times. He was getting tired in that fight, even though he was winning it. So I mean,
he get tuned up by the top contender, of course. Oh
yeah, top guy.
He hits like a tank.
Yeah, he hits like a tank. But any top guys would beat both those guys. I mean, you gotta give it to Eric Anders. He's a really good athlete, and he's just tough as fuck. But the Alan Jouban and Dwight Grant fight was so fucking bad. They just pitter-pattered and walked around the whole time and like threw next to no punches. And they ended up giving the fight to Dwight Grant. Alan Jouban landed more throughout the fight, but
I think that's the one. Alan Jouban was wicked pissed off that he lost.
Yeah, he was like, motherfucker, freaking the fuck out. He's like, what?
I do remember that. I didn't remember the whole fight, but I remember that ending
Dude,
when he freaked out.
I don't know who was winning that fight, dude. And
I really don't care, to be honest with you.
Now, Alan Joban can fight, and I do think he's a better fighter than fucking Dwight Grant. But both of them just showed up and didn't do shit. Dwight Grant had this weird smug look on his face, like almost does look like he did a little more than he really did, like type thing. He was just like, yeah, and all stuff. I was just kind of like, that fight sucked. But yeah, so I don't know what fight was a better fight, dude. But that Calvin Gastelum and Israel Adesanya fight was one of the best fights I've ever seen in my entire life.
I think back and forth wise, the Israel Kevin fight was better.
Yeah, they had different moments. You kind of knew. I feel like the Holloway and the Poirier fight looked similar to what most people thought it was going to look like, barring like whoever you thought won. Well, I mean, you knew you were going to have a back and forth fight with Poirier and Holloway.
Poirier, I didn't expect him to like regain his gas tank in like the fifth and later the fourth round. Because he looked gassed in that second and really gassed in that third when he got hurt.
See, he's weird. He normally has a really good gas tank, right? But I also have seen fights where even if his gas tank doesn't hold up all the way, he has this thing that a lot of guys don't really do, where a lot of guys will fold if they're gassed. I think he pushes through it, like just pushes through it.
Right.
But the Gastelum and Israel Adesanya fight, we learned a lot about both of these guys in that fight.
Gastelum, I don't know how the hell he survived that fifth round. That was
Gastelum's tough as fucking concrete, dude.
That was ridiculous. And I'm wicked glad that ref didn't stop that, because he could have. Had it not been the fifth round and so close to the fifth round anyway, so close to the end of the fifth round, I feel like that fight would have been stopped.
That's what Rogan was saying. Rogan was like, it could have been stopped. It's your boy, Eric Anders. No, but, yeah, Rogan's like, it could have been stopped. Yeah, I mean, it could have been stopped. But, so, a couple of takeaways from that, though. Calvin Gastelum's nasty.
Oh, his power is ridiculous.
And his just ability to get it, he's always been able to get in on big dudes and hit them. Bigger guys, longer guys. Do you think he should be fighting at 85, though? I think he should stay at 85. Everyone else is going, he should go down to 170, but it's like he's missed weight.
He missed weight like 3 times at 170. There's no way he should go back down
and look how good he looks at 185.
There's nothing wrong with him being at 185.
I agree. He looks great at 185. There's a couple things, though, on Gastelum's on, dude. He had Adesanya hurt in that one round, and he shoots for a takedown. I was like, I don't know if their game plan was to strike to take down, maybe, and he just thought he had him in a spot where he wanted him and went to go take him down, but he had more than enough time to keep working with his punches in that spot. I don't remember. Do you remember what round it is?
Was it the fourth or the third?
I don't know. He had him hurt more than one time.
Well, there was one.
The first round he had him hurt, remember?
Well, yeah, there was a one that it was really bad, though. I can't remember. Like, the rounds is kind of jumbled in.
I remember Adesanya fell back towards the fats, and he goes in on a double leg, and I'm
Maybe
like,
it was the first round.
No. I was like, what are you doing? By the way, I had to fucking stay at work.
Yeah.
Till like 1:30 in the morning to watch these. I didn't want to be driving home on the route. I fucking had to sit there and watch it with Seth.
Yeah, I was going to say, because Seth came up to me that Monday and was like, so, how are the fights? And I was like, leave me alone.
Dude,
I was sick. I was not in the mood.
I told him he had a bet riding on it, and he wouldn't shut up about it. He goes, hey, I'm gonna tell Andy J. I'm gonna tell him.
Oh, he did.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him how the fights were. I'm gonna ask him on Monday morning. I'm like, okay.
He did.
You wanna know something funny about that Calvin Gastelum fight, though?
What's that?
Seth actually, this is gonna sound crazy. I probably was luck. I don't fucking know.
I guarantee it was luck, whatever it was.
Seth makes a read in the fight.
Oh, man.
Dude, I swear. I fucking swear to you. This is true. Seth makes a read, right? And he goes, First off, this is what Seth's saying. Seth's like, oh man, that colored guy's fast. He wouldn't stop calling out Adesanya a colored guy. And I'm like, Seth, he has a name. And I'm like, his name's Israel Adesanya. And Seth's like, Adesanya, whatever. I don't care. The color, what the color guy? I was just like, Jesus fuck. Right? And then I'm like, he goes, that color guy, he goes, right when that kid comes here with his left, he needs to throw the right over the top. Something like that, he says to me. I'm like, whatever, Seth, right? Fucking sure as shit. Gas him through like he was in orthodox stance, and I don't know if he normally stands like that, but he throws like a lead left hook, and Adesanya comes over the right, clunks him in the head with the right hand over the top. Says like, "See, I've been calling it the whole time." And all this stuff, dude. I was fucking dying laughing. I was like, "Okay, Seth's out here fucking calling shit, making calls." But dude, it was ridiculous. He wouldn't stop calling Adesanya the colored guy. I'm like, geez.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it luck.
Yeah, but dude, it was so funny. But the whole time he's like, he's got him, son. He's got him, son. Oh man, he's got him, son. I was like, relax, dude. But yeah, so we learned some things. We learned how tough and how good Gaslam is.
Yep.
But I think we learned some even bigger things about Israel Adesanya.
Dude's a real champ.
Well, he's legit. So I know Nate's like, oh, I think Nate, remember how Nate was like the first time he watched him fight, he just like fell in love with him. Was like, Adesanya day one.
Right.
He didn't really know how good Adesanya was. Like, Nate doesn't even watch kickboxing. I didn't know how good Adesanya was, but I've watched him kickbox before. It's like, yeah, if he's going to strike against strikers, if he's going to fight against strikers, he's going to tune them all up, right? But I think this fight really, like, you could say he fought a wrestler, Derek Brunson, but Derek Brunson's a fucking idiot. His IQ for fighting is negative.
And Anderson Silva's way past his prime.
And Anderson Silva's past his prime, but Anderson Silva's not going to look to mix it up with you. He fights one-dimensional. He's not one-dimensional. He fights one-dimensional.
There's no doubt Kevin Gastelum was the best fighter he's ever gone.
Well, this fight had to pull all the stops out of Adesanya. He had to go 5 rounds. What I thought was super interesting was how, for a kid that struck most of his life, so a lot of guys, and then I know this from training too, a lot of guys that are really good at striking and only strike, if you look to take them out of their element, they don't react like properly and fast enough to what you're trying to do to them if it's different from what they're normally used to going against.
They probably want to try to force it back into what they know.
Right, and they don't, and they just, once you get good enough and you start mixing all the skills together, it starts to become like a reflex, like, you know, the dude goes take it down, you're sprawling, look for underhooks, shifting your body weight, what side you want to go to, getting out of there, all these other things. You're backing up against the fence, you're immediately pummeling for underhooks or trying to get better position, things of that nature. What I found interesting was he got put in a lot of these bad situations. He responded to them like fast and in the right way. You fucking see when he got taken down? Was it the 4th or the 5th round with Gaslam? And he fucking was, first off, He made me almost shit my pants when he slapped on the standing palm-to-palm guillotine.
Right.
That was fucking crazy. And it cracked me up because almost every tall dude, if you ever end up trying to roll jiu-jitsu someday, every fucking dude that has a height and arm length advantage, you will try to do that submission to you. It's so annoying. It's like some punk-ass shit. They just if your arms are long enough, you can literally just get the guy in the right position, reach out, and, be like, boop, and try to do that guillotine.
Right.
So he hits it, and I'm laughing. Like, I was like, I hate that submission so much. Then he slaps it on him. And from my angle, didn't it look like Gastelum from the initial angle tapped? Did you see what I seen in that?
Now, if you're saying, like, because I'm trying to remember it, because I can't remember everything that happened in the fight, but maybe he was just, like, kind of...
It looked like he was probably trying to just grab his hands. Because what's interesting about that submission, if you know what you're doing, it's wicked easy to break. You're getting the dude's neck in here, and you're using your hands like this, and you're getting either this type of grip or this type of grip, and when you crank, you're pushing your arms and your forearm and your bicep together and just choking them. And the best way to get a dude in there is you kind of lift him up as you do it. Well, as he was lifting him up and trying to turn left to crank it, Gasol kind of popped up a little bit. You see his left hand go up, and it looked like, to me, he tapped. I mean, the angle was he was on the other side of Adesanya. His back was to all of us, and the referee was behind Adesanya, so you wouldn't have seen it.
Right.
But the way he was flailing, trying to attack his hands, it looked like he was tapping.
Right.
And then right as they shifted, he broke out of the submission. And I think right after that is when he landed on his back, Adesanya. The motherfucker's full slapping fucking submissions on off his back. Fucking triangle, all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, did someone like get him in the Matrix and just download fucking jujitsu into his brain?
He's a style bender.
Dude, yeah, so I thought that shit was crazy. We learned a lot. We learned a lot about both of those guys in that fight. Who do you think these guys? Well, we already know. What do you think's next for Kevin Gastelum? Who do you think he should fight? We already know Adesanya's going.
Yeah,
he's got a date with Bobby Knuckles.
The Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper.
Who's another top contender in the middleweight division?
We can look it up. Someone said who they should fight. Who should fight Kelvin Gastelum? It was some like wicked low ranked guy.
I will say there was one guy after Israel won the title who was talking shit to him over Twitter, calling him a fake champ and all this other shit.
Ooh.
I can't remember his name, but he was like 12-0. So if you look up the rankings, I could definitely point him out.
Well, in that division, starting from the top, you got Yoel Romero ranked 2, but doesn't he have a fight? Isn't he fighting Jacare?
No, I think Jacare's fighting somebody else. There was a presser.
Jack Hermanson.
Yeah, there was a presser, and he was lined up with somebody else. This guy, he was talking shit. He's undefeated.
Paulo Costa.
No.
Yeah, it is 12-0.
Is it him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Paulo Costa was talking shit to him.
That might have been him.
Paulo Costa looks like a fucking destroyer, but he hasn't fought no one.
Yeah, I looked up his record. I didn't know.
He's a beast.
Who,
He's the dude that everyone thinks is on steroids. He looks like an NFL linebacker.
Yoel.
Well, dude, he's bigger than Yoel. People are like, Yoel's big. You've ever seen how big Paulo Costa is?
No.
Dude, he's massive.
How the fuck can he be bigger than Yoel Romero?
He make 185. Dude, this dude's he's like 6'4" or some shit. You know another dude? Who's that? This dude, Antonio Carlos Jr. He's huge too at this weight class. But check out Paulo Costa. Look how big he is. He's fucking massive. Oh, he's only 6 foot. That's why he's so jacked. But
Who's he fought? Go down his record.
He hasn't fought nobody. He beat Uriah Hall. Well, okay, well.
Uriah Hall, isn't he?
He beat Johnny Hendricks, but he's been knocking everybody.
That was when Johnny Hendricks was getting knocked out by everybody.
Yeah, true. But he beat that Aluwale Bembuzi.
Okay, I don't give a fuck.
Dude's crazy. But no, he's been knocking everybody out. But let me find a photo of Paulo Costa real quick, because he's fucking gargantuan.
Have Gastelum fight him as soon as the swelling goes down.
Paulo Costa better be careful what he wishes for.
Well, he's talking shit to interim champ, calling him fake
Look
champ.
how big this dude is. That's him and Yoel. He's bigger than Yoel.
That's pretty close.
Well, he's thicker, I think. He's taller, too. They say Yoel's taller than 6 foot, I think, but I don't think he's that tall.
You can't be that tall and that fucking big and fight 185. There's no way.
Yeah, dude. They call this dude Bohachinha. He's fucking huge.
Yeah, dude's huge.
And so he's like wicked fast, wicked powerful. His technique has something to be desired, but he's a fucking beast.
Give him the
where
Gastelum.
were we?
Give him the Gastelum.
Okay, so I don't know if Chris Weidman has a fight. Look at all, dude. In my opinion, 185 isn't as stacked as Rogan likes to think too. He's like 185's got killers.
He's not wrong, but not
at the top. It has killers.
Yeah, it's not like littered with them.
A hard fight. The hardest fights in here. Yoel Romero, Luke Rockhold's a 205er now. Jacare, Chris Weidman, Paulo Costa's a hard fight, but I think Gastelum would roll everyone underneath there. Underneath Costa, Brunson, Connonier, Jack Hermanson.
Well, I think he
Brad Tavares. And I love Brad Tavares.
I'm pretty sure he got suspended for a minimum 60 days.
Who did?
Gastelum had to fight because he got rocked about 10 different times.
I'd fucking assume, dude. He got his fucking... Dude, that fight was fucking nuts, dude.
It was insane.
That fight was crazy. My fucking ass was puckered up that whole fucking time, dude. I was like, Jesus, fuck. What do you think? What do you think's next for Gastelum? After he gets a little time off.
Give him Costa.
I think they should give him Costa. Costa needs to put his money where his mouth is and fight someone that's good. And honestly, Costa would fuck all those other dudes up in that weight class. He's a beast.
Well, he hasn't earned anywhere close to a title shot yet, and he's trying to he's talking shit to an interim champ. Trying to talk away into a fight, that's fine, but why don't you go against Gastelum, who just fought for the interim title?
Yeah, like there's a dude coming off a loss who's one of the top dogs of that division. Costa, he has nowhere to... He's ranked 7. I didn't know that. I don't know who the fuck is Chris Weidman fighting.
I don't know why everybody hates Chris Weidman so
much. No, I like Chris Weidman.
He lost 3 out of his last 4. Why is he ranked so high? Or 4 out of his last 5, actually. Go back down to his record.
He doesn't have a fight right now. Weidman was expected to fight Timbo 2012. Okay, hold on. I don't know. It doesn't say. But yeah, we already know. What do you think about the matchup between Stylebender and Bobby Knuckles? That's a wicked hard fight because their styles are both their own.
Right.
Bobby Knuckles has got one of the coolest fighting styles ever. The way his striking's not like anyone else's. The way he puts his striking, his takedowns, and all that stuff together is not like everyone else's. He comes in at weird angles and stuff, and he's gonna need all that to get past those fucking knives, those fucking claymores that fucking.
I really like Whitaker though.
That's the thing. So like, I'm at this crossroad with Adesanya now. He's clearly one of the top 3 best middleweights in my opinion right now.
I think he's top 2.
I think he'd fuck Weidman up.
Oh yeah,
I think he'd fuck Weidman up.
And when I don't think he'd be really much
because Weidman's got this thing where he thinks he can strike with everyone. He just strikes with.
Well, because they knocked out Anderson Silva, that's why he thinks he can strike with everybody.
You know, like he got fucked. He'll get fucked up by Adesanya.
Yeah, when he be fucked.
I think.
I'm gonna take Whitaker out of selfishness.
You like Whitaker in that fight?
I'm gonna take Whitaker.
See, I don't know yet. What do you think about Whitaker to put him over the top?
Well, anybody who could take to task Yoel Romero and take his shots
twice. Some people thought he lost the second fight.
I gotta rewatch that fight.
But I mean,
anybody who can do that, that's fucking champ. So, I have to, like I said, when's the last time he's even fought? Because he's been hurt for a little while.
Whitaker wasn't his last fight. His last fight is against Yoel Romero,
right?
Yeah, I don't know. The way they match up, dude, it's going to be a stand-up fight. I don't think Bobby Knuckles could take him down.
Apparently, Robert Whitaker wants to fight John Jones after beating Israel.
That shit's fucking stupid.
He said he guarantees a one-sided fight against Israel. All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves on that one.
I don't know, dude. I don't know how I feel about that.
Dude's got power, and he's submitted 5 different people. I don't know. Out of selfishness, I'm going to take Whitaker.
I think if it stays on the feet, I think Adesanya could take Whitaker out, but I think Whitaker could take him out. I don't know. I think it's definitely going to be tested on the standing up.
Yeah.
I don't think that fight hits the floor. I mean, even if Bobby Knuckles tries to look for it, I don't know. That's a tough fucking matchup. It's a fight I want to fucking see, though.
Absolutely. Apparently, Robert Whitaker is aiming for an August return.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to see what goes on. I'm going to have to see what kind of shape Whitaker's in. I'm going to have to see what happens with that. That'll be a fucking exciting fight. That shit's going to be in Australia. You know how wild that's going to be? It's going to be in New Zealand or Australia. That shit's going to be fucking off the chain.
Now, yeah, apparently, yeah, I guess they want to... What stadium do they want that in?
Queensbury, New Auckland. I don't know. I don't know what stadium that's going to be in, but Adesanya says he's like, no, fuck that. We're doing it in New Zealand.
Yeah, that's what Dana White said he wants. He wants a stadium in New Zealand.
That's interesting. New Zealand's not that big of a place.
Or Australia.
I've never checked out what New Zealand cities look like on the internet. It's not a big place. It's a skinny little island. Like, they got a big ass stadium there.
That's a good question.
They've done fights in New Zealand, I think, though, for Mark Hunt, right? Once or twice.
I think that was
Mark Hunt and Bigfoot. I thought they fought in New Zealand.
I think it was the second fight in New Zealand.
That fucking dude, one of those dudes. This reminds me of the time my buddy Mike. We all went out. Mike was with us. Remember when we watched? We watched Bigfoot fight Overeem one night at Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't know if you were with me for that, but my buddy Bonner was with us.
When Bigfoot looked like after he knocked him out,
yeah,
standing over him, screaming. Yeah.
That fight, so my buddy Bonner's with us, and the music hits, and Bigfoot comes out the tunnel, dude, and he's sprinting down to the cage. And my buddy Mike's going, no, stop! stop. He's like, why are you running? And all, like he was losing his mind. I go, what is the matter? He goes, dude, no, he's running. Why are you running? And all this stuff. I go, dude, what is wrong? He goes, I bet a bunch of money on him to win. And he's sprinting out to the cage. This is a 5-round fight. He's going to be tired before he gets there and all this shit. Dude, I was laughing so hard. And he ended up getting the victory. That shit was fun.
Whitaker has the only problem with Whitaker is he likes to take shots, and Yormelo didn't put him out.
Well, most likely he's going to take shots because Adesanya's just too fast. He's going to land shots.
Whitaker's very good at getting the inside, though.
He is. That's what made that Yoel Romero fight was so interesting. In my opinion, dude, he worked Romero in the clinch, which I did not think was going to happen. The way he was entering in the clinch, like he was entering in these weird defensive postures where he'd enter into the clinch, grab Romero up, land strikes to the clinch, exit with strikes as he moves out, and then he's right back on his horse, landing more strikes. I just thought it was interesting. But
even though it's weird, because even though Whitaker's ground game isn't really that great, his takedown defense is pretty decent.
His takedown defense is good. He's taking a lot of dudes down, too.
Right.
But I don't think he's going to get Adesanya. If Adesanya's defense has gotten so good and his athleticism helps. I've always said this too. If you're a really, really good athlete and you got strong legs, you got good reaction time, that severely helps you with your takedown defense.
And Israel is the overall better fighter, in my opinion, when it comes to, standing up anyway, and probably on the ground too, because since Whitaker's ground game is really that good.
I wouldn't have said that before this last fight, but the shit that I see out of Zanya, I think it's pretty damn close.
Yeah, and like I said, I think I think Israel's a better fighter. Maybe not by a huge margin, but I think he's a better fighter. But out of pure selfishness, I'm going to take Whitaker. I just like Whitaker.
Kind of like this next fight, huh?
Yeah.
All you motherfuckers out there just fucking doubting me. I don't even gotta say nothing, dude. I don't even really need to say nothing.
But you're going to.
I will for the sake of the podcast. But all these motherfuckers that just sleep on the diamond, dude.
The diamond.
I'm sorry. I'm taking bets for the Khabib fight right now. Anyone out there wants to bet me house money on Khabib and Dustin Poirier, I'm taking bets on DP the whole day. All the time. All day, every day.
I'm not taking that bet. I learned last time not to bet against Dustin
Poirier. Why? What do you think about that fight?
That was also a really good fight.
No, I mean, what do you think about his chance against Khabib?
Oh, okay.
This fight makes you think that he's got a better chance against fighting Khabib than you thought?
No.
No? Then why would you say that?
Because Max Holloway isn't a wrestler.
Well, Poirier can grab his fucking ass off.
Yeah, he can't wrestle like Khabib, though.
He doesn't mean I could make the.
And I'm not saying Khabib's gonna win.
I can make the argument that his grappling repertoire is just as deep because he's got a better submission game.
I don't think nobody's gonna out wrestle Khabib in that.
I'm not saying he's out wrestling, but
you
listen. If Ally Quinta
couldn't pick two different fighters than Max Holloway and Khabib.
Yeah, if Ally Quinta can get back to his feet and have success in that fight, what do you think Poirier's gonna do? Think about it, bro. Because he would fuck up Ally Quinta.
Yeah, I like it. I like
Al. So we have to talk about a couple things about this Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier fight. There's a couple things I take issue with. Some of the commentary again. They hit each other a lot, but I think they're
taking shit ton.
Yeah, I think people are.
Then it was 400 straight
misunderstanding a couple things here. Poirier's always been able to take fucking punishment, right? And I think that's
he's been proven to get put out though.
He's only been knocked out twice.
Oh, he's been proven to get rocked too. He's been rocked.
Yeah, he's been rocked a few times. But he's only been knocked out or TKO'd twice.
Right.
He had that fucking.
He can withstand
how he got knocked out by Michael Johnson is fucking beyond me. Because Michael Johnson's not that good.
Yeah, he needs to fight Michael Johnson.
And then
again,
the Conor McGregor fight.
Trash.
Although I think that fight might be a little bit different now. Because I think he would look to take Conor down.
He has gotten better since he's shown it.
I think he would take Conor down in a second fight.
I don't know why he didn't try the first time.
But that happened so fast, dude.
That's
and
true.
that was at 145.
That's true.
We need to talk about Conor too after this. But another thing was Max had him hurt bad in the third round.
Really
so
bad.
I don't understand why they're like, Max's power wasn't translating. Max always throws punches and bunches.
Yeah, he's
he
a
never
volume
sits
puncher.
down on punches.
He's like the Diaz brothers. He's a
and he
volume
still
puncher.
hurts people. It's like, imagine if he really sat down and tried to throw power.
He put away Aldo twice.
Yeah, like he put Aldo away twice. He had Matt. Dude, when in that third round when he hurt him and started pouring it on, I thought Dustin was done.
Dude, I was
literally going, here it comes.
I was howling at the TV.
And here's the thing: your commentary, no one's commentary is ever perfect,
Right.
but I'm sure you've seen it. I know you've seen it because you love Max Holloway and you watch all his fights. I seen it too, and I'm thinking to myself, fuck, like I'm seeing something totally different that's going on. What Rogan and the guys at the desk. In that first round, Max Holloway comes out and he's got a second wind, and he starts landing shots. The momentum's starting to change. He's landing here, landing there, moving here, a couple more shots. And they're starting to build up, and Dustin's starting to slow down. And dude, in the first like minute or so, you can go back and watch it, they're like, man, I just don't think Max has the power to fight at 55, and these shots really aren't doing anything, and they're not doing nothing. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like the momentum shifting, and then right after they were saying that shit, he started to land more and more, and they start throwing combinations together, and now fucking Dustin's on the fucking fence hurt, and he's slinging shots back. I was going, I was having a fucking heart attack.
I was yelling at TV because as soon as I'm not like if I got somebody rocked, I want to be the smartest fighter because my instinct to go in and just start swinging. Not being calculated.
That's what Gaslam should have done.
Not being calculated. Max Holloway was trying to be calculated about it. He wasn't trying to waste any energy because even though his gas tank's phenomenal, but I don't know why he didn't. But maybe that's why he's a fighter, and I'm not. But he was just tagging him and just peppering him to death. And at the end of the fourth round, he slapped that submission on him, and had there been 30 more seconds, Poirier was tapping.
I don't know. It didn't look super tight to me, though. Like,
Poirier
he had it and he rolled, but he was kind of, like, too low on part of the grip and stuff. It looked like he wasn't going to have it.
I'm just.
I had to shit my pants, though, when he rolled for it, though. When I seen what he had and he rolled, I was like, no, he's going to get him with a similar submission he got him with. I was like, no.
As soon as the horn went off, I was like, no, fuck.
Dude, it was just fucking ridiculous. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But yeah, so I think Max can fight at 55, though.
I want him to stay at 55. Fight. I want him because
he kills himself to make 45.
Because you're not going to get anybody much better than Poirier, one.
The competition is better at 55.
And two, he's ran through 45. He ran through all of it twice. And why wouldn't you want to go for something that you know you have to work for now? Like, you already have 145 on lock. Nobody's going to take that from you. Why not go up and challenge the guys that now you have something else to work for?
I think what you should do is this. There's a few more fights left to be had at 45.
Because you're not going to get that pound-for-pound king like he wants if you're just going to go back down 145.
I think there's a few more fights to be left to be had at 45. Volkanovski, a couple other guys. I think if I was him, I would go back down to 45 if he can. Fight 2 or 3 more times at 45. Cement yourself as he's already the best 145er.
All time.
But go back down there and put a further stamp on it and make some bread and put some dudes away. And then he'd be closer to 30 than he is to 25. He's 27 now.
Yeah, he's still a wicked young
And then
guy.
if I was after that, dude, I would go back up to 55 and I would bulk up and work on making my frame. Because he has the frame for it. He's 5'11". Like, and they say he walks around 180-some pounds when he's not in a training camp. He's not small.
Right.
I think his fighting style... I don't think he doesn't have the power to fight at 55. His fighting style is not a one-punch knockout fighting style.
Why do you have to have a one-punch knockout power, though? Like, I don't understand why everybody thinks that you need that.
Dustin's power did help him in the fight, right? It did. But, dude, if you're coming... If I was going to fight someone, right, and their only skill or their best skill was punching power, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll
okay.
take that.
Like, you can stop a fucking takedown, or you got any jiu-jitsu? Can you actually string combinations together? Like, I'd be like, all right, well, he hits hard. Who the fuck doesn't hit hard? So, like, his fighting style, though, he's punches and bunches like the Diaz brothers. They've put tons of fucking people away with punches.
They're champion in a few different organizations.
And like I've always said, like we talked about the last time, your favorite fighter's Chuck Liddell. Yeah, he was powerful, but it was fucking accuracy. dude, on the button all the time. There's dudes that punched harder than Chubb.
He was a D2 All-American in wrestling.
But what I'm saying is, like, the punching power is, like...
He had versatility back in the day.
To me, punching power is like icing on the cake. If you're a dude who's well-rounded, and you're going to fight another dude that's well-rounded, and you're going to go in there and sling some leather, if you got that punch power, it's going to help you. It helps.
Right.
But I just think punching power is one of the most overrated skills you can have in MMA.
I mean, if punching power was it, like guys like Mark Hunt would be a champion or Derek Lewis would be a champion.
He's gotten pretty damn close.
Yeah,
both of those guys are close.
I mean, and that's just like it's not.
But that, you got to remember that's a heavyweight.
Right, it's also not even comparable.
I think the power,
because it's in the heavyweight division, serves you better.
Tell me what you think about this. I think the power actually bodes better for you. If the more power you have, I think it works better for you the lower you go down in weight. Because all these little dudes can't finish each other with their punches. Like, you see John Lineker. Could you imagine if John Lineker could round out his game and actually put combinations together, get technical striking?
Right.
Dude, he hits dudes and sends them into the fucking stratosphere.
Right.
Like, I think the lower you go down in weight, punching power matters. Once you get up to, like, 205 and heavyweight and middleweight, all those dudes punch hard.
Yeah, everybody's seen that kind of power before.
Yeah, so... I think if you're like a 35er or a flyweight or 45er, if you got all those skills and you can pack a punch, that's going to help you a lot.
I think the only kind of problem with that, like depending on how high you are in weight, the more you go down, it kind of diminishes that.
I agree with that to an extent too. I think dudes also can't take shots if they cut a lot of weight as easy as they would.
Right.
Dominic Cruz has said this for a decade, by the way. Dominic Cruz has been saying
really
that
smart.
since WC.
He's a smart guy.
He's like, I don't understand why dudes cut all this weight.
Who was it? Frankie Edgar. He walked around at 160, fought at 155 forever and a half.
He knocked dudes out at 155 too.
He also got knocked out a few different times.
Yeah,
but that was by the bully himself, Gray Maynard.
Yeah, such a boy, Gray Maynard.
No, he sucks.
He sucks. Gray Maynard's one of those dudes that fell in love with knocking a couple guys out, and he's like, I'm going to ditch my All-American wrestling and just fucking try to club everyone.
And then he knocked himself out on a takedown.
Dude, remember that? No!
He goes, I wasn't out. No. He goes, Joe's like, Gray, you're unconscious. He goes, I wasn't. He goes, look at you.
He goes, that's you. Ow. Like, Rogan's so nuts, dude. That's you. Ow. But yeah, so basically... I mean, AJ just doesn't understand about the diamond, dude.
Listen, I was banking on the greatest 145er of all time. Forgot they were fighting 155 for a second.
The diamond's the truth.
He is.
You taking any bets, dude? Come on, man. You want to bet me about the Keepin fight?
Nope. I'm
trying to coax Nate into betting me for the...
Don't get cocky, though. Don't get cocky like I got cocky.
See, but I've always believed in him, so I will always bet for him.
So, I mean, I will always bet for Max Holloway.
You truly thought he could win.
100%.
And I truly thought my guy could win.
I want to see him fight again. Fuck, I want to see him fight again.
Do you truly think Max could beat Khabib? Because I truly think the diamond could beat Khabib.
Now, I mean,
that's the difference. Like, do you really think with his skill set he could beat Khabib? I wanted to see that fight.
It helped. This fight with Poirier helped my case a little bit, and the reason being is even though Khabib can have power, his overall stand ability sucks, and his ground game is obviously his bread and butter. He stuffed 7 Poirier takedowns. Max Holloway did in that fight. So that helps a little bit, and the fact that
Speaking of ground game, I love Andy J's shoes, dude.
Yeah,
dirty Under Armours, bro. Speaking of ground game, Andy J's got ground game.
Well, I went to buy me a nice pair of shoes, and it didn't take me long to dirty them up a little bit.
Oh well, you were saying about the takedowns. He stuffed 7 takedowns.
Yeah, if Max Holloway can stuff takedowns, he will tune Khabib up. And he will whoop his ass on.
Now you got to remember, but Khabib's the takedown guy of all takedown guys.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
That's my thing. Is like
that's why I'm not.
Khabib's the best wrestler. I feel like I can make the argument that Dustin's got a more rounded grappling game. Like his submission game is deeper than Khabib's.
I will say this
mixed with being good at getting up to his feet.
Even though Khabib is by far head and shoulders the best.
Pure
wrestler,
best pure wrestler.
The 155-pound division.
Maybe in the UFC.
I think Poirier's wrestling ability is closer to Khabib's wrestling ability than Khabib's stand-up ability is to Poirier's stand-up ability.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Because I don't think Khabib's anywhere anywhere close to Poirier's.
It's not even close.
It's not even close.
It's not even close.
And now I don't know how good Max
Eddie
Holloway
Eddie J with the fucking analysis over here, dude.
I'll put one on my ass every now and again.
So you're saying?
I think, and I don't know how good Max Holloway's ground game is. He's proven he can stop a takedown.
I think Max's jiu-jitsu's improved. He's got some submission wins and stuff, but I mean, you're never gonna really know. You know, he's like, until you get past my striking, there's levels to this. Like, right. I'm not gonna show you all my tricks.
I want to see him go against a pure wrestler.
Well, he's got to fight that Volkanovski kid that keeps taking everyone down and beating him up.
I would love to see him fight him.
I think that might be what's next for him.
That would be a huge test.
Yeah, if he could stop Volkanovski's
comparing go against Khabib,
he'll tune Volkanovski up.
So I would like to see him go against a straight, because I don't know when's the last time he's went against a pure wrestler.
Oh God, I can't remember. Did he ever fight Frankie?
I don't know. Holy shit!
That might be the next fight. Frankie keeps trying to call for the fight. He wants Max.
You think I know? Let me go back. Fought Ortega, but that was mostly that was just
and Ortega does not a good wrestler. He's just submission
Anthony
guy.
Pettis,
which we get why you kept it on the feet for that, because
Ricardo Lamas, Jeremy
Lamas
Stevens,
can wrestle, but that fight was crazy. Remember
Cole Miller?
Nah, he's a jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah, but I mean he's a ground guy.
Dude, Connor's still the pound for pound ranking list.
He hasn't gone. I can't see where he's gone against as a pure straight wrestler. Like, there's guys who are mostly wrestling, but nobody's just straight wrestling.
Right.
Like Khabib is. So, I don't know. I would like to see him get tested on just that. But Max Holloway did help his case against it.
Okay. So he's got Aldo. Aldo's supposed to have a fight. They're scheduling someone. Okay, so he's either going to fight Frankie Edgar or Alexander Volkanovski.
What's Frankie Edgar been doing lately? I haven't been paying attention to him.
I don't know. He hasn't fought in a while.
Click on.
Frankie's not fought in a while. He hasn't fought since...
Beat Cub Swanson?
Oh, no. He fought in last year. April of last year. So he hasn't fought in a year. He looked good against Cub Swanson, I'm pretty sure.
Was that Ortega he lost to? He got knocked out by a knee in that fight, right?
Yeah, remember he kneed him and then he hit him with an uppercut.
Yep.
But, yeah, I mean, for rumors, it's going to be either Frankie Edgar or Volkanovski. And Volkanovski...
Yeah, go to him.
...is a beast. He's fought... Look at this. He's on a 1, 2... he's on a fucking 1, 2, 3, 4,
12?
5, 6, 7, 8,
no,
9, 10,
16.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15... 16 fight win streak.
I was trying to look at the numbers.
He TKO'd Chad Mendez's PEDS. Darren Elkins, Jeremy Kennedy.
Gets TKO'd by everybody, though. Darren Elkins,
it's weird.
He's trash.
What happened to Chad Mendez? You remember one time everyone thought Mendez was going to be the guy at 145?
Yeah, he was going to dethrone Aldo.
Yeah,
and Aldo, one knee to the face, but that the rest.
Yeah, everyone else is like, he grabbed the fence and all this stuff.
With 1 second left.
Yeah, that shit is so fucking funny. But yeah, Volkanovski's a beast, but I don't know. I can't see it being Max.
No. I don't know him enough, so I'm just saying no.
I've watched him fight a bunch of times. He takes dudes down, beats them up. He's actually from Australia, New South Wales. What you know about that?
Go away.
Go away. Did I tell you an episode of this? I did a podcast episode yesterday with Cody. Fucking Cody, baby. Irish cream, dude.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
Cody.
Cody was good. We talked about video games and metal. We had to cut it short though because he had to go somewhere. So
of course you're talking.
Yeah, we talked about metal and shit. I told him how you're a newfound metal fan. You know, you love the.
How dare you disrespect me like
metal
that?
Fan.
How dare you disrespect
Bruce Springsteen's going metal.
Bruce Springsteen's the king, the boss.
The boss. Who's the other dude that Nate likes? Nate fucking sheds a tear when he hears him. Who's the dude who writes songs for everyone now? Who's a fucking weirdo? He came on Joe Rogan's podcast.
I don't fucking know.
The guy, what's his name? He fucking writes songs for everything.
Well, he used to. Are you talking about? Is he a country singer?
Yeah, I think he sings country, but he writes music for everyone.
He used to write music for everybody. Now he's just Chris Stapleton.
That's what it was. Chris Stapleton's fucking awkward ass came out of Joe Rogan Experience. You see that?
I gotta watch
It
it.
was just fucking weird. And then Nate's like, he's just so humble. That's all it was. And all this stuff. And I'm like, all right, Nate.
Chris Stapleton's a legend.
I'm sure he is.
You need to listen to him.
Walk in it, Memphis. That's not him. But whenever I hear that song, I think of Nate. Well, the bitches in the background. Walk in it, Memphis. Dude, but do I really feel the way I feel or whatever, dude? I hear that shit. I think of Nate.
Chris Stapleton's bringing real country music back.
Is he really? Oh, it's about fucking time someone did. Country hasn't been good since we were fucking toddlers.
You haven't heard any of his shit?
No, but you know me.
You
like,
need to listen to his shit. Nate's a huge fan of his earlier band, the Steel Drivers.
I don't listen to a lot. I don't.
Bluegrass.
When Nate gives me recommendations for music, I'm kind of like, because it's like shit I'm not into, like just fucking down home shit. I'm not into it.
Real country.
You're
not in a real country.
Country has been real for 20 years.
You can still listen to it.
I'll listen to it. You just tell me what to listen to. I'll go check it out.
All right, I'll give you a list later.
So, moving along a little bit, I'm sure we probably talked about these ones.
Donald Cerrone.
How do you feel about Donald and L.A. Quinta? Al's so weird. I don't know how to wrap my hand. Like, he's got such a meat and potatoes fighting style. It's just sprawl and brawl. But I don't know how he's beaten Kevin Lee twice. So we've talked about this. Like, Kevin Lee needs to get his fucking mental right because he should not lose the guy.
Kevin Lee is...
He's a more skilled fighter. I don't know what his problem is.
Well, I mean, Kevin Lee likes to talk his way into some situations and not back it up.
Dude, were we talking about? Oh no, was I talking about it to you or Spencer? I love Kevin Lee for his personality because no matter how bad he gets his ass whooped, he comes out and he talks. he talks like he's like a marquee guy all the time,
right.
And he's young. He's only 25. He's ultra skilled. Like if he can get his head together. I think he'll be back.
I think it was a meme you shared. That was the best meme ever.
Which one's that?
When Kevin Lee said he was going to send L.A. Quinta back down to the prelims, and it was Kevin Lee driving in a car, and the exit was the main event, and you saw Kevin Lee whipping the car back to the prelim road.
But no, like Kevin Lee's literally like I heard him the other day on a radio show. They're like, "What's going on with Kevin Lee?" He's like, "Oh, I got options, and all this stuff." He's like, "We do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, about a bit, a little something."
Yeah, his options early prelims or prelims.
And it's like, dude, you just got beat by fucking L.A. Quinta. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, "We got options. I might go up to fucking heavyweight and fight Lyoto Machida in a fucking steel cage. Like, we got options." I'm like. Dude, like, but it just cracks. He cracks me up. But yeah, this is a weird fight because I feel as though if Al decides that he's not going to take Donald down, Donald's just going to stand in front of him and fucking kick him in the noggin and shit. Al's such a slow striker.
I'll never bet against Cerrone.
Yeah, I'm taking Cerrone all day in this fight.
I love Cerrone.
And then what's Al going to do if he takes Cerrone down? He's got to sift through that razor wire jiu-jitsu. I just think Cerrone's the better athlete, the better striker.
Yeah. And I mean,
it's like, what are you going to do? Take Donald down? He could take Donald down, probably. But what are you going to do from there?
Not a whole lot.
Well, you like Cerrone in that too?
I love Cerrone in this fight.
Here's that dude, that Jack Hermanson guy. This is the dude we were talking about. He's fighting Jacare.
I don't even know who he is, I'm gonna be honest
He's
with you.
from like the Scandinavian areas, but when I his last fight, I remember who he fought. He did a dope ass submission. He's like, who did he fight? Let's click on Jack Hermanson's ass. He's from Sweden. So Jack Hermanson. Okay, so he fought David Branch, and Spencer and I were talking about it. We're like,
oh my god!
But David Branch is a really good fighter, right? He's one of those dudes that's always underrated, like because no one knows him. He's not marketable. Like he kind of just doesn't talk trash. He's just a normal dude.
Didn't he piss off Rockhold and Rockhold fucked him up?
Yeah, he looked good in the Rockhold fight up until the Rockhold ended up clipping him. But David Branch is a really good fighter. And when they came out, I was like, how is it? Who was making these bets? They had Jack Hermanson as the favorite. And I was like, what the fuck? David Branch has beat a lot of good dudes. He's been fighting for a while. I'm like, this dude, Jack Hermanson's a favorite. But Jack Hermanson, it doesn't look to me like he can strike. He has this wicked clunky, like, striking style. Like, he just doesn't look fluid. He's out there like a juggernaut coming at Branch, and Branch started hitting with shots. Somehow I felt bad for Branch. Somehow they got in this scramble. And they were like almost in the sort of like a bulldog, 50-50 like bulldog position. Jack Hermanson just pops up, reaches all the way around the other side of him and comes underneath for this weird arm in guillotine. And it looked high. It almost looked like it was up on his chest muscle. And he like squatted down with his butt cheeks to the floor and then squeezed it all the way up to his neck and got the arm in and then just sat back with it and fucking guillotined him.
Now, did he just neck crank him? Like kind of reverse neck crank him?
I could probably find it for you, but I've never seen...
seem like you get choked out like that.
I've never seen someone do it the way he
Unless
did
his
it.
hand placement was like right in the middle.
I hope it doesn't interrupt my stream. So yeah, Jack Hermanson, like it was slick. And when he sat back with it, I go, "Oh my lord!" I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And he fucking put homeboy out. Okay, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, fast forward a little bit.
So they come out and it's mostly a stand-up affair in the beginning. But look at the way look at his striking. Like a nice little pump, but look at the way he moves all clunky and shit. He looks like he's in a bar brawl.
He looks slow.
Slow and clunky. Look at the way those punches come. So I'm thinking to myself, David Branch can box. I'm like, David Branch is gonna fuck this dude up when I seen the way he was moving.
That looks terrible.
But look at David Branch popping back. But I don't want to say a dude got lucky, but he just found himself in a good position, took the opportunity. But look at Branch.
He looks awful.
Stinging him. But look, he gets Branch on the ground. Look at that. The guy's strong. So watch, ready? Right here. The side, he's not even in bulldog position. Look, underneath, comes back. It turns into an arm in guillotine. See how it slides up to his neck?
Yeah.
Yep. Boom, boom. He's done. And it's tight, too.
How do you...
He locks it in. He uses
That's a horrible camera
Look, he's
angle.
establishing control with it at first. See how it's underneath his pec?
Right, like I know how
see
he
it right
got
there,
but I just don't see how...
It's slid up.
I don't know how he taps. Unless
he turned into an arm.
Unless the arm that's in is higher and he was able to come across with his forearm.
It was the angle in which he dropped back with. He had his neck at a fucked up angle and he fucking squeezed. But he won. Yeah, I was like, are you fucking kidding me with that submission?
That stand-up looked awful.
Yeah, stand-up looked awful. And he's fighting Jacare. He might get tuned up on the feet against Jacare.
If I'm Jacare, I'd keep it on the feet. Fuck it.
No, fuck that, dude. That submission's whatever. He just grabbed it. Jacare could beat him.
No, I'm not saying he's submission
Jacare's
artist,
one of the
but
best
that was
submission guys.
so bad, why not embarrass him?
Right, yeah, maybe. I don't know. But he's going to have to strike because if you get Jacare on the floor, it doesn't matter who you are, really.
Right.
He'll fucking submit your ass unless you're... Wait, didn't Bobby Knuckles fuck him up?
He fucked everybody up.
He's fucked everybody up. Bobby Knuckles, G. Well, yeah, so the Jack Hermanson fight, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I think
What's the rest of that card looking like?
I think it's one of those free
fights. If
fights.
he's the main event, I don't see it being a good card.
I think it's one of those free fights. Well, your boy Greg Hardy's back.
Don't call him my boy.
That's your boy, dude.
The woman beater
Greg
himself.
Hardy's, hey, whoa, allegedly.
No, not
no,
allegedly.
I'm just joking.
There ain't no allegedly about this. His name is Ezekiel Elliott.
Yo, Greg Hardy's your boy, dude.
That dude can fucking club, though.
Greg Hardy's gonna be like, I'll dedicate this win to my boy, Andy J. He's back home. See you, boy. Love you, boy.
They send me some cash,
They just
asshole.
see you. You're just like,
I think he had 2 co-main events in a row.
Yeah, right. Well, people probably want to watch.
Oh,
it's one of those things where it's like people want to see him get fucked. Yo,
Mike Platinum Perry.
My boy, Mike Perry. That's a crazy fight. That fight could go either way.
Mike Perry.
Oliveira, though, is underrated.
Isn't it Perry's last fight? He got tapped out by my man Cerrone.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
Hilarious.
But Alex Oliveira, dude, he's fucking crazy. He's an underrated fighter. He fights like a wild man, but he's still skilled.
That's the other cowboy, isn't it?
He brawls. Yeah, the other cowboy.
His last fight, he had a gash on his fucking head that was
ridiculous. I don't remember who he fought. Who was it that he fought?
I can't remember, but that fucking gash.
Well,
he was spitting blood.
He beat my boy Condit. Maybe my fucking boy Condit not want to come back. This is a dope card. Look at this card. Is this one of those free fight night cards, I think?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Those cards stack. some random the dude is probably one of these Dagestani dudes. You just get a fucking Super Saiyan Greg Hardy.
He's probably just trying to get Greg Hardy's first one.
That fight's nasty. Glover Teixeira versus Ayan Cutelaba. Cutelaba sucks. Glover should beat him up. But look at John Lineker, Corey Sandhagen. Do not know these dudes.
I wouldn't say it's a wicked dope card, but it's not. It's
a good card.
It's not
for
bad
free?
for a fight night. Yeah, it's not bad for a fight night.
It's good for free, dude. Shit. What is it?
Go to Overeem,
Florida.
Go to Overeem. We didn't
see.
The boa constrictor.
Yeah, Overeem's gonna fuck this dude up because I don't think this dude could take Overeem down. If he took Overeem down, he'd have a chance. But this Alessio Oleinik dude has like 1 million fucking wins.
He has 57 wins, 11 losses,
and like they're all by submission.
Yeah, I think he had like 48 submission wins.
Marcelo Gom, Sergey Pavlovich.
That's also a shitty card.
Yo, Antonio Shevchenko, let's go, baby.
Yeah, it's
this dude, Krzysztof Joko, he's fucking huge. That card's not that good. Your boy Islam over here.
My boy Islam.
Yeah, that's Nate's favorite fighter. His first name is Islam. That's why it's Nate's favorite fighter. Islam Makhachev.
Makes sense.
Commies? No. But yeah, that card's not that good. What do you think about Rose and Andrade? That's a hard fight.
I'm done betting against Rose, though.
Me too. Rose is the way better fighter, but what Andrade does, especially... not defend people. Especially in the women's division, there's not a lot of girls or women in right now in MMA that fight the way Andrade does. She's built like a powerhouse. She's built like a little fullback. And she comes in to sling fucking power leather and take girls down. It's a power sprawl and brawl, bulldoze takedown style. So this is an interesting matchup because I want to see how Rose deals with that. Yo, look at Rose's swag. That fucking that.
Why'd she shave her fucking head?
She's a pretty girl when she has hair.
Why? Why'd she have to do that?
I mean, Pat Barry don't care. He's still slaying it. Pat Barry, the ultimate goat, by the way. Love Pat Barry. Shout out to Pat Barry.
I wonder who beats who up at home.
Oh, no. Pat Barry's the G at home. Pat Barry's the rule of the roost. I mean, she makes more money than Pat Barry, you know, so Pat Barry's probably just like, baby, I got you, baby. Put your feet up.
I wonder if like when they get an argument, if she threatens to go get Chet Congo.
Fuck you. But yeah, I like Rose in the fight because she has clear more paths to victory. She could probably hurt her, submit her. But Andrade is a fucking handful, dude. You know, always remember this. Whenever a girl tells you she's a handful, turn around and walk away, dude. If a girl goes out of her way to tell you she's a handful, like, oh, I'm a handful.
Bye.
See ya. You can go fucking get a handful of something else somewhere else. You can let someone else be that hand.
Or you just leave quickly.
Or like, what's the other one they say? There's I'm a handful. Or like when they say shit like, you can't keep up with me or something. I'm hard to keep up with. So like,
my question would be, why do you run fast? 'Cause I don't run fast. I can't keep
fast,
up.
Right? But it's like, but yeah, let's see what this fight card has. Main card. Ooh, the Spider. This is a good card. Alexander Volkanovski. There you go. Volkanovski's fighting Jose Aldo.
Okay.
Ooh, I'll be rooting for Aldo. I don't know this dude, but he's fighting Thiago Alves.
The Pitbull.
The underrated Francisco Trinaldo versus Diego Fajeda.
Nogueira's this far down.
Versus Rogerio Nogueira.
I can't believe Nogueira's
that far down. That's a good
little
fight card right there, dude.
That's actually a decent fight card. That's actually a pretty good fight card.
Little crunk card. Corner sucks. But
I never even heard of him, to be honest.
Yeah, he's not that good. He's like a journeyman.
So he's trying to gain still his final win of his career. Is that fight in Brazil?
Yes, it's in Barra de Cojico, Brazil.
I think Anderson Silva said he wanted his last fight to be in Brazil.
This fight's in Rochester. Dos Anjos versus Lee. I wish we could get the time. We should have gotten tickets for this, but the fight card's not good.
I don't want to spend that kind of money on a card that's not that good.
Yeah, Dos Anjos versus Lee. How do you feel about that?
Dos Anjos?
Yeah, see, I don't know, like... I think it'll be a good fight, but like if Dos Anjos shows up, Kevin Lee might be in fucking trouble.
I feel like if I don't pick Dos Anjos, so you come to my house and slit my throat.
But
the guy just looks like he used to be in a assassin.
He's supposedly he's like a wicked play guy though. Like you see him with
he looks like he just kills people first in
spare for time. Sure. Fucking Kevin Lee though. I wonder how he's gonna look at 170 though. He's a big boy at 155. Like maybe he feels really good and rejuvenated. They need to make that 165-pound division, dude. They have to.
They'd have to bump welterweight up to 175.
Right. They would. If they made that, then they would have to make more weight classes, and they would have to offset it every 10 pounds.
I feel like that should have been the idea from the get-go, every 10
I
pounds.
don't. Why do you think they don't want to add more weight classes?
Well, because
there's tons of fighters out there.
Get rid of the 125-pound division like you want
to.
They
want to. Yeah, why would you want to get... That shit was shitty. We need to talk about that, too, by the way. But why do you think they don't want to do it?
I don't... I honestly couldn't tell you. For the longest time, Dana White didn't want women fighting in the UFC either. So, I think he's just stubborn.
I think he's just being fucking stupid. I now have a fighter that I can't stand more than John Jones. John Jones is no longer on my hit list anymore.
I can't wait to hear this one.
TJ Dillashaw, and it's not just, you know how I am.
The cheater.
Well, you know how I am about like the steroid shit. The only reason why I get pissed off about USADA is, you know for a fact that dudes have gotten around things and been able to shit sideways. Nate disagrees with us. But you know for a fact that there's been some shit that's gone on with that USADA shit. There's tons of evidence points to it, right? Here's my thing. I don't care if dude's steroids. I really don't.
I do.
But don't act, I know you do, but like don't act though as this, though. It's the principle. Don't act like you're going to come in and mop this shit up. And then like you let dudes fucking slide and all of a sudden dudes can pulsate. And out of nowhere, just 2 days.
Brock Lesnar never got tested before his fight with Mark Hunt.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden... Just so happens we unlocked some sort of new technology to find out dudes were fucking pulsating just when one of your biggest draws gets fucking popped.
Right.
Give me a fucking break.
I will say this, though, about Dillashaw. He took his punishment.
He did take his punishment like a man. But there was a bunch of stupid shit going on, so there's an amalgamation of things as to why I can't stand him.
He didn't even get stripped. He let it go.
That's one of the funny things is, that's how I knew he really failed for something bad.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't do anything bad, why would you come out and try to get ahead of everyone? Because he could say, no, I voluntarily gave my belt up instead of getting fucking stripped from his bitch ass.
Well, he gave up the belt because he didn't want to hold up the division. I respect it.
Well, he would have been stripped. The division would have kept going.
But then he got his 2-year suspension and didn't protest it.
Because you can't protest EPO.
Well, he took it because
right.
Anybody
you could try to fight almost everything else. EPO, you could only use EPO by injecting it.
Right. Yeah, I did see that.
It
was injection.
There's no supplements you can blame it on. None of that shit.
Well, I mean, he didn't go and say, like Brock Lesnar did or John Jones. Oh, we're gonna figure this thing out. Right. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. He was like, you know what, I fucked up.
Well, like I was saying, I think it's part of that as a side effect that there was no wiggle room. All those other dudes had some wiggle room.
That's true.
Because he used EPO, he had no wiggle room. And make no mistake about it, he ain't fucking sorry. He's only sorry. These guys are only sorry for the fact that they got caught.
I don't believe any of them are sorry.
None of them are sorry. What I was going to say is this. There's a bunch of other things. He's always been a whiny fucking punani his whole career, right?
Every time he loses.
That shit was Cejudo, where you wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. After you were cheating, you're up there shutting... You're cheating. You haven't been caught yet. But you're cheating, and you're up there fucking bitching. All the way the lead up to that, you were cheating, and you're literally talking about how much you don't give a fuck about the 125, and you're getting sent down there. I'm good. I'm in this for me. And I get it. You got to be in it for yourself. But just like all of that shit. The whining.
He's a snake in the grass.
Yeah, dude. Conor McGregor, when it comes to the people, he sniffed it out. Dude, I can't stand that dude. Cannot stand him.
I don't like him either.
I fucking like Cejudo more than I like him.
I don't mind.
I was rooting for him to beat Cejudo down too. He's corny as fuck, but he can fight.
Yeah.
So like, John's off my. As long as John doesn't do any more stupid shit, John's off my hit list now. But just all that weird shit, dude, with TJ, he's just a little fucking punk, dude.
Well, I'm glad John Jones isn't playing the nice guy anymore. At least he's not being fake.
Yeah, we talked about that. Like, he needs to just...
That's why I couldn't stay.
He's on Twitter just fucking talking shit to people and shit, not being fake. Like, I'm like, there we go. I might start liking John Jones in a fucking few months here.
Because for the longest time, I hated Conor McGregor, and then I watched his earlier fights, and I realized he's been that way the whole time.
Who the fuck is that guy?
That was the best fucking line.
Who the fuck is that?
Second best line. Behind Robbie Lawler. Yeah, they're not going to take his neck.
I'm going to take his soul. But yeah, so Dos Anjos and Lee, I don't fucking know, dude.
I'm going to go with Dos Anjos. I can't stand Kevin Lee.
I'm scared for Kevin Lee. I like Kevin Lee a lot.
Conor McGregor wannabe.
Fucking the big tall goddess here, Megan Anderson. She's like 8 feet tall. She's fighting someone I've never seen. Aspen Ladd versus Sijara Eubanks. Neither of those girls are that good.
Eubanks has the hardest time making weight.
Which is weird because she's literally fucking 5'1". But
Now,
she's sturdy.
Is she still fighting that division that she was on the Ultimate Fighter in?
This is at women's bantamweight. 135.
Oh, she went up then.
She must have gone up. Aspen Ladd could crack, though. You ever see her fight?
No.
She is one of the few women that like hits girls and puts them down. So that should be a good fight. Let's see what else we got. We got this fight, Gustafsson and Smith.
See what Gustafsson said?
No.
He said, if I can't beat Smith, I don't have any business being in the UFC. Which I mean, it's not completely wrong. He should beat Smith. I think he should beat Smith.
I think he should beat Smith, too. Yeah, I don't know. That fight with John was fucking weird. He just didn't do anything.
They had to give John somebody, so they just did Anthony Smith to him.
I want to see John Joseph Thiago Santos. Because no matter what happens in that fight, you know Thiago Santos is coming up. He's going Super Saiyan 4, and he's just going, just throwing everything but the kitchen sink. He's going to fight unlike Anthony Smith.
I don't know why people try to outfight John Jones. Just headhunt. That's your only shot.
That's what's going to be so funny about this shit. That's your only shot. Like, he's going to be like,
I hope he tries that.
He's going to be like, for my country. Just fucking run across the cage.
Rip the hammer off his chest and beat him with it.
And, like, let's be real here. If John tries to fight that dude the way Jimmy Manuwa tried to fight that dude, John's going to be in trouble. John's going to have to, do what he does.
I think John Jones Hill going to fuck him up.
Yeah, I do too.
Because
I'm just saying he needs to do what he does.
Because I don't know if he's going to be smart about it and just headhunt like he should.
No, I think he's going to. But I think John's just going to be like, okay, corral him, use him, take him down, beat him up.
I don't know if he's going
to... I think John takes him down and beats shit out of him on the floor because he doesn't have a ground game.
I think John Jones just slips out of the haymakers and just kind of peps him. And
peps him up. Finishes him off.
I think that's what he's going to do, and he's going to stifle.
But it's going to be funny to see because, dude, that fight with him and Jimmy was fucking crazy. Remember that shit, dude? Okay, they threw until they were tired.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Alexander Gustafsson should probably knock Anthony Smith out.
He definitely should win, 100%.
And then we got Volkan Ozdemir versus Ilir Latifi. I mean, that's a weird matchup. I mean, Latifi can crack, but Volkan's a better fighter.
I don't know Latifi.
Ilir Latifi, he's from Sweden too. He just tries to club people. This dude's one of the more interesting prospects. If you see this dude, Alexander Rakic, he's huge. He's been fighting at middleweight, right? He's like 6'5". He's going up to fight Jimmy Manuwa. I'm taking Rakic. You want to know why? Because Jimmy Manuwa has one of the ultimate glass jaws. Tanya Evinger, you don't know what Tanya Evinger, she's going to try to eat her snatch or beat her up, dude. Tanya Evinger's a beat. Yo, you ever see her on fucking Twitter? No. Yo, Tanya Evinger, literally, Tanya Evinger likes girls, right? And she'll literally post like photos where she'll literally say shit like this. She'll be like, out at the club trying to get some snatch or something. Like, she'll literally write that on Twitter, like, I'm out here trying to take some pussy down and all this stuff here at club such and such. Yo, she's a fucking savage. And she can fight. This will be a close fight. Lena Landsberg, she's got good striking. I would say Tanya Evinger's more well-rounded, more aggressive.
I don't know any.
And then these fights, Nick Hines sucks at fighting. I don't know. Jesus. Hey! Makwana Murakami fighting some dude with the last name Fishgold. Fishgold. But yeah, Marquani's a dude who was making noise for a while there. He's young and he's really good and athletic, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't know what to think about Amir Marquani anymore. He had a couple losses there, and it was downhill. Your boy, the Carpenter, dude. Your boy Carpenter's fighting BJ Penn.
Why is BJ Penn still fighting?
What would you do if he just came out and sniped your boy Carpenter, dude?
Why is he still fighting?
That's your boy, dude. Clay Guida.
He's the ultimate, 15th ranked guy. He just he'll win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one.
This fight's gonna be nasty. Cejudo versus Moraes, dude. That's for the fucking TJ's belt, right?
Is that at 120?
No, it's for TJ's belt. Yeah, bantamweight. It's for TJ's belt, dude. Ooh, my girl's Jessica Eye. This is one of my favorite fighters, dude. Valentina Shevchenko is a beast. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's one of those fights where Cejudo's gotten better at striking. So Cejudo likes to go out there and strike a shit ton of dudes too.
Give me,
he should look to take Moraes down.
I'm gonna take Cejudo just because everybody else doesn't seem to.
I like Moraes in this fight.
I'm just gonna take Cejudo.
You like Cejudo in that fight? Dude, Moraes is fucking scary, dude.
I believe you.
You seen him fight?
I guarantee I have.
He's one of the few lightweight dudes where, dude, he touches you with any limb, dude. You're going night, dude. It's scary. He's been blasting everybody. He's scary. And look at the way he's built. He's huge that weight class. Hold on, let's see if I can.
Who's he beating?
He KO'd a Sun Tzu. Or no, he subbed a Sun Tzu. KO'd Rivera and KO'd Sterling. He's a fucking beast, dude. He's the real deal. I like him in that fight. And honestly, I'm over like hating on Cejudo, but I still like him in that fight. It's nothing against Cejudo.
Right.
I think it'll be on the feet long enough for fucking Rice to be like, blast his ass.
I believe you. I'm just thinking Cejudo because nobody else is going to.
Nah, I'm sure betting. I'm sure the betting, when the betting comes out, odds
nobody
come out.
I know, I mean.
And Nate will.
No, he won't.
D's will be, I've been Cejudo day one.
Cejudo day one.
Valentina Shevchenko, Jessica I. That'll be a good fight, but Valentina Shevchenko's gonna fucking steamroll Jessica I. I've always rooted for Jessica I because she's like, I just like Jessica I's story from fucking middle of nowhere, daddy issues, all this shit, dude. She's just out there, dude.
She's like daddy issues.
Yeah, she's just, every opponent is like, she just pictures her dad's face. She's just trying to knock her opponents out, dude. All that shit, dude. Jessica I's a beast, but she's just not as good of a fighter as Valentina Shevchenko. I think Shevchenko could beat her in any way, on the feet, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. I think she can have her way with her. And that's for the title. That's for the vacant women. Or no, Valentina took the vacant flyweight championship, but
she beat what's her face?
Joanna.
Yeah, I can't ever say her fucking name.
But yeah, Valentina Shevchenko, I think she smashes her in every facet of the game. Yeah, Jimmy Rivera looking like Brian from Family Guy. Out here fighting
I don't watch Family Guy.
Fighting Peter Yan. Peter Yan's a rising prospect. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm laughing because look at Blagoy Ivanov. He looks like a dude that works at a deli, just gets drunk with the other weekends. Dude, look at that dude.
He looks like a guy who always yells at the people in the back.
He's about to get fucked up because he's fighting Tai Tuivasa.
You ever go to those delis and the guy in the front's always yelling at the people in the back? That's what he looks like. With the fucking like.
But look at him. He's got like the neck roll and shit. Like, he ain't playing games, dude. Blagoy Ivanov. He looks like he works at a deli chopping up meat, but he'll take you out for a good time on the weekends. Like, show you how
every
to party,
time he talks to you, he slams the fucking cleaver down.
Yeah. Dude, look at him. But no, Jimmy Rivera versus Peter Yan. I'm not as high on Jimmy Rivera as everyone else is. He's scrappy and can fight and take dudes down and shit, but Peter Yan can fight. He's on a win streak here, Peter Yan. That'll be a good fight. But dude, this is the guy right here. This is one of my favorite up and coming guys. Tai Tuivasa. He's gonna fuck the butcher up, dude.
The butcher, that's in the name.
He's gonna fuck up Blaganov. And then this girl, she's the dark horse of this division, Tatiana Suarez. She's one of the only girls that does oh my god. Really, UFC? God damn it. What does no one want to fight Tatiana Suarez? They're making Nina Arsenov fight Tatiana Suarez.
Division,
so Nina, I'm the only one that does. Nina Arsenov, sweetheart. She could strike a little bit, but that's all she's got. She's got some kickboxing, but she can't do anything else. It's fucking Amanda Nunes' wife or fiance.
Oh.
And she's a great girl, and you're gonna fucking put her against the future champ. This is the only girl right now that I think could possibly beat Rose.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen Tatiana Suarez fight? She takes every girl. She's big for the weight class. She takes every girl down, just beats them the fuck up or submits them. Like, she's a beast. She's gonna take Nina Arsenov down and just beat her from pillar to post. This is gonna be bad. Poor girl. Oh, quick turnaround for Karolina Kowalkiewicz though. Alexis Garasso. And I think she'll beat Alexis Garasso. They got the punk here, Aljamain Sterling. Ooh, this card's stacked. Look at this fight card.
I don't know about stacked.
Dude, look at this. Aljamain Sterling versus Pedro Munoz. Munoz just fucked up Cody Garbrandt. Lamas versus Calvin Kattar.
Poor Garbrandt.
Oh, this girl. Here, remember we were watching the one night? Caitlin Chukagian, the blonde fighter. That's her nickname. Remember we were making fun of her nickname? Yeah. The blonde fighter. That's like one of the worst nicknames ever. She's fighting.
Well, that is her original nickname, but it's a bad nickname.
She's fighting Joanne Calderwood, and then my girl Felice Herring fighting this girl. I don't know her.
Is Felice
Yang
Herring gonna cry
Xuan.
again because she said she's not pretty enough to be a champion?
Well, she's not ugly. Why would she say she's not pretty enough? She's better looking than most of these girls.
That's what she said.
That's weird.
Well, in her
how is a girl who makes her part of her living off being an Instagram like model type thing?
Yeah, she models for the UFC sometimes.
It models for the UFC. How are you saying you're not pretty enough?
That's what she said. She was like crying, saying she wasn't pretty, and she wasn't pretty enough.
That's a good card. That is a good card. Whatever, Felice.
That's the only thing I know about Felice Herring. Uh-oh. Is that Derek Lewis?
No, it's not. It's I've never seen that. It
looks like Derek Lewis from here. I'm at a weird angle, so it's hard to see.
Why does Robbie Lawler still got the strap? Why does Robbie Lawler get your shit together, UFC? Why does Robbie Lawler still got the strap in his photo?
Fucking, they don't want to accept it.
Robbie Lawler versus Woodley. How do you think that goes down?
Oh, shit. I want Lawler to win because I like Lawler, and I don't like I haven't liked Woodley.
I like Woodley more now.
Since the Stephen Thompson 2 fight, like when they were doing their press run, and saying that he wasn't getting promoted enough, paid enough, and that's when he started claiming he's the greatest welterweight champion of all time. He just said he wasn't getting promoted enough. He doesn't know why. He knows what he was referring to.
Yeah, it's because I'm black.
That's exactly what he was referring to. He just didn't want to say it. Or maybe he did say it. I don't know.
No, he got on Joe. Come on, Joe. You know why, Joe. Come on, Joe. You know why, Joe. Joe's like, I don't know.
Yeah, fucking tell me.
But yeah, I mean, who the fuck knows, dude? I would love to see Robbie Lawler smoke his ass.
Of course.
Because we love Robbie Lawler here on the Keepin G Real podcast. Robbie Lawler, if you're listening, come on the podcast.
I'm wicked glad they didn't penalize Robbie Lawler for the last fight.
What do you mean?
Because I'm glad they're not making him fight down. Or they didn't bump him down and make him fight.
Oh, right.
I'm glad they're putting him against another top guy.
Who knows? Robbie Lawler's a tactician now. Maybe this fight will go different. They only threw one punch in that fight. The punch that knocked Robbie out.
Yep.
Now, here's an interesting fight. Josiah Formiga versus Benavidez. You remember I've talked about how there's two fighters I said are the most underrated fighters in all the UFC. Josiah Formiga, been saying this for a while, and Jorge Masvidal.
Formiga just beat that guy who was undefeated, wasn't he?
Yeah, he just smoked some dude. I think he beats Joseph Benavidez.
Is it Formiga the guy who always likes or maybe he beat the guy who comes to the fights?
We could look right now.
Multicolored hair.
Yeah, he just beat that guy, Edison Figueiredo, or whatever his name is. But he looked great in that fight. I think he's honestly, at this point in his career, I think he's a more rounded, better fighter than Joseph Benavidez. I think he beats Benavidez, and I love Joby, but...
Well, after what I saw last fight, I would agree with you. I also like Benavidez, but...
I think he's a better striker than Benavidez. I think that's going to be the difference, because they're both great on the ground. Formiga probably could submit Benavidez, but look at this dude, Jordan Griffin. That dude looks mean. This card's not that good, though. Drew Dober, Marco Reyes... Dude, remember this dude, Junior Albini was the dude that wore like the fucking diaper-looking attire to the ring? He's a heavyweight. He wore the fucking shorts that were like this short.
No.
Dude, you don't even want to see that shit, dude. Look at that dude. He fucking fought, and he had these big old fat legs, dude, and his trunks were like this short. It was weird. Looked like he was wearing a diaper.
Who was it that showed up to the fight in a Speedo? Dennis Hallman.
Dennis Hallman. There's a couple of dudes in MMA that have done that before, but yeah, in the UFC, it was Dennis Hallman.
It was, and then Dana White said he was, I hope he gets his ass kicked. He fucking got his ass kicked.
Well, then you got Jones versus Santos. See who else is on this card. That's July 6th.
I haven't looked at that card yet.
You know what I'm thinking about doing? We're supposed to get more vacation time after the first, right?
Yep.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to structure my vacation so we can go out for the fights. Because I can't take a vacation off during the time I'd want to, like the holiday season. Right. We're not allowed to, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's in like starting peak season is when you can't take any. You can't take any PTO off.
Right, PTO. So what I'm thinking is, I think I'm gonna take PTO if we get more this year, like we're supposed to. I think I'm gonna take some PTO around some of these big fights, maybe, so we can all go out and watch them together.
Right. I'm taking some PTO in July, and then
I
can't remember.
Now.
Where's my phone? I put the dates in.
Well, originally I was going to take PTO in August to go out to Washington to visit Adam, but Adam got a job in Maryland now, like a really good job.
And also in mid-June.
So he's moving back to the East Coast, and he wants me to fly out there in June and then drive back with him cross country. But it's impossible to do now. I'm like, I'm about to go on a vacation for 2 weeks. I'm like, I can't ask for more week time off than right after.
Right.
It's too late for me now. I haven't told him that, but...
Well, you just did.
Well, no, he's probably not listening. But dude, this fight card stacked. Look at this fucking thing. We gotta go out for this.
When's this fight card?
Dude, this fight card's 4th of July weekend. Well, right after the 4th of July.
Yeah, I was actually supposed to go camping that weekend, but I have an opportunity to go to Pittsburgh to visit my cousin Ryan, so I'm...
Dude, look at this card.
Oh, we got Diego Sanchez.
Dude, John Jones versus Thiago Santos, Nunes versus Holly Holm, Ngannou versus Dos Santos, Jan Blachowicz versus Luke Rockhold.
Yeah, we gotta watch this fight.
Jake Marshman versus somebody. Diego Sanchez versus Michael Chiesa, Jorge Masvidal, and Ben Askren.
I can't wait.
We gotta watch this. We gotta get together for this one.
Come on, get him 3 pieces of soda.
Yeah, 3 pieces of soda. I'll be rooting for Jorge.
I watched him on the Joe Rogan podcast.
It was good.
He hates Askren.
Yeah, he hates him. Masvidal is a G, dude. Did you listen to that whole thing?
I listened to bits and parts of it. He's like... he's real. Like, he's a real
he keeps a
fucking
G real, dude, just like we do on the podcast.
Come on, Masvidal, come on the podcast.
Come on the podcast. You want a place to keep it real? You just get him on here. He's like, I'll hit you all with a soda right now. But, dude, yeah. So, I mean, this is the most intriguing matchup to me.
You mean Nunes?
Nunes and Holm.
I'm picking her every fucking fight after that Cyborg fight.
Maybe, but what if Holly Holm comes out, puts a fucking kickbox clinic on, wins a decision?
Also possible.
It is possible. Because you want to know something? Amanda Nunes is a beast. She might be the greatest female fighter of all time, right?
If you beat Rousey and...
Oh, Rousey's trash.
Well, how long...
You know what sucks about that is?
How long was she put on that pedestal?
You know how sucks about that is? So, Nate and I bet each other on that fight card, and it was like a parlay style. Like, we're going to see who had a better record at the end. And the way they stacked up, Nate and I had such similar picks that... Because of what I know about Amanda Nunes' proclivity to just like come out sometimes and not fight, she's done it a bunch of times. She pulled out of a fight for no reason before. Doctor's like, there's nothing wrong with her, and she still pulled out of the fight. She must have been having anxiety or some shit. Yeah.
Because I know the champ that was previous to that.
That's Jermaine Durand.
Yeah.
And I can't stand her. She's coming back to fight too. But no, Nunes had a fight. I don't remember who it was against. It was a little while back where she just pulled out. Like 2 days before.
Wow.
And they were just like, they gave some cockamamie reason as to why she pulled out.
I feel like I want to... I feel like
the doctors were like, she's fine. And Data's just like, I don't fucking know. She just doesn't want to fight.
I feel like I remember that.
Like, and she's had other fights where she used to have fights where she would just stop and do nothing. The rest, she'd do nothing in the fight. She just play just enough defense and not get hurt, do nothing, right? So what sucked was when she fought Ronda Rousey, I was watching at my old boss's house with him and a bunch of people.
She knocked her out on the feet.
She beat Ronda's ass, and I thought to myself...
No, like Ronda was knocked out when she's standing up.
I decided against Nate to take Ronda in the fight because I was like, fuck, I felt like all my other picks were 100% locks. I thought there was no... And I was right. There's no way these other dudes can lose, right? So I just picked Ronda, and I was like... God, let's hope Amanda Nunes comes out and fights like some of these fights where like maybe the stage is too big for it. She just comes and doesn't fight, and Ronda somehow takes her down and chokes her out. Because like, let's be real, if Ronda could strike a little bit, is it out of the realm possibility that she could have grabbed Nunes and took her down like everybody else?
Right now.
So I picked Ronda and I fucking lost because I was like, fuck. Because if I wouldn't have picked Ronda, Nate and I would have tied.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it.
Now, she knocked out Cyborg. Obviously, it was like 45 seconds or some crazy
shit. Dude, that was fucking brutal.
I watched that in Pittsburgh with Derek, and the whole fucking Buffalo Wild Wings
Does
went
Pittsburgh
nuts.
smell as bad as everyone says it does?
Smells like a normal city. I don't know.
I just hear that it smells.
And, but now go back to what I was saying before, when he beat Rousey and Nunes. I'm not saying Rousey was great. She's great submission-wise.
Yeah, her problem is, we've always said this, she's not in a good camp. She's not in a camp with people who know what they're doing.
Coach.
Yeah, she's not in a camp with dudes that know how to fight.
Was
None of those. Edmund Tarverdian.
That dude, he was after after the first round of the Holly Holm fight, she was getting her ass kicked, and he was like, "You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Just keep doing what you're doing." It's like, no, don't keep doing what you're doing. And
It's like, what could you do though at that point too? You got to give her a different sense of direction.
And even Joe Rogan said he gassed Ronda Rousey up so much.
There's that, like, but not only that, he's a terrible coach. Everyone she put around her were terrible coaches. Her training partners fucking sucked. All those girls that train with her, they all couldn't fight. Rolling around with Jessamine Duke and fucking all these other, you know what? The Shayna Baszler could fight pretty damn good. I would like to see what those sparring matches look like. Shayna Baszler strikes better than her. Wrestles better than her.
Yeah, Rousey is definitely the put on a pedestal she was overrated.
When the women of her era started to catch up to her, like Misha and like, I mean, I don't know how Misha couldn't beat Ronda. Because you could make an argument that Misha's a more well-rounded fighter than her. I don't understand how Misha couldn't beat Ronda. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Kat Zingano, I thought Kat Zingano was going to beat Ronda, and she came out through that fucking flying knee and got caught in submission. I was like, God damn you.
Well, because fights were lasting like 10 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. Nobody could really implement a game plan because they were being stupid.
Listen, people talk shit about Misha Tate, but Misha Tate is a former champ.
Cupcake.
Former fucking champ, baby. Fucking choked Holly Holm unconscious, dude. She was awesome, dude.
She was Rock'em Sock'em Robot, and she was
I've loved Misha Tate since she was in her early 20s fighting Strikeforce. Dude, she used to bite down on her mouthpiece and just come forward like, nah, just throw punches, dude. I love Cupcake. That's my girl. Too bad she's pregnant with someone else's baby.
I think she just had the baby.
Yeah, fuck her. That was supposed to be mine.
Asshole.
You
asshole.
That's just Thursdays, Danny J. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's gonna
I'd kick the rest of the days out if that was Thursday.
That's gonna be a good fight, though. You think, or do you think that Nunes is just gonna roll her?
I think it's gonna be a good fight. It depends if Holly Holm.
Holly's the more polished striker.
If she can actually, withstand those first two punches that Nunes is just gonna come out and toss.
She's got to be on her horse. It's gonna be a 5-round fight. She's got to be on her horse. Pick her apart. Try wins rounds like that early. Take her to that deep water, and then she's got to start bringing.
If Nunes is smart, she's gonna try to end it.
She's got to try to end it early because the longer that fight goes on, the more it bodes well for Holly Holm. You can't sleep on Holly Holm, man.
Oh, I had no idea who she was for a Rousey fight.
See, my buddy Mike and I did because we used to watch Invicta and Strikeforce and all these other things. We knew a lot of these girls before everyone else knew a lot of these girls. My buddy Mike was always, he called Holly Holm being a champion from a long time. I still was like, no, I feel, but her training partners are like dudes like Carlos Condit and shit, like over at that joint. She trains with Donald Cerrone, like John Jones, like, but I'm saying like people are closer to her size, but like,
well, she trains in that camp.
Mike always said her fighting style was similar to Condit's. It's similar. It's not. She fights more coming forward, pure kickboxing. Whereas Condit moves side to side and likes to throw unorthodox shit. But and then you got this fight, Francis Ngannou and fucking Junior Dos Santos. Like
Junior Dos Santos caught his second wind. He caught his second wind.
Yeah, but Francis Ngannou kind of finds a way to put his hands on everybody.
Yeah, I think I thought that too until I saw Derek Lewis fight. Which was the
but he looked good in his last fight. He looked ready to fight against Kane. He came out swinging, dude.
He did. Kane, he just got caught with that little hook on the side of the head. I thought he hurt his leg, and that's why he dropped. He did end up hurting his knee.
It's a combination of both. If you look back and watch it,
well, I think the hit him. Then he buckled. Then his knee hurt. I thought his knee just buckled.
No, he did get
until I saw the replay. And
I agree.
Got clipped.
When I first seen it, I thought he just blew his knee out.
I was like, shit.
But when you go back and watch, he got hit twice. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Cigano's the better fighter.
I'm still not sleeping on Cigano. Like I'm not gonna do it. But I just don't.
I'm gonna take Dos Santos. I think. But that fight could go either way. I mean, I'm leaning Dos Santos because he's a more polished striker.
Dos Santos caught his second win. I don't know.
Yeah, he's looking good lately.
Got into him.
How do you feel about Luke Rockhold versus Ian Blazkowicz?
I'm going with Luke Rockhold.
Yeah, I'm taking Luke Rockhold because I have the privilege to take the best fighter. That's how my thing is. I lean more towards the best fighter. Now, matchups, how dudes' fighting styles match up can give you problems, but Blazkowicz might be able to actually take Rockhold down. But we haven't seen what Rockhold looks like when he's not depleted. Like
that's very true.
Like we haven't Rockhold's a big 85er.
This is light heavyweight. I forgot about that.
I think Rockhold. I think Rockhold is probably. This is just my opinion. I think Rockhold's probably weighs like 210-ish. Probably when he's not fighting. It's not gonna be hard for him to make the weight.
He can cut that down in a few days.
Yep. He's probably just gonna pop in the sauna the last 2 days. But in my opinion, Jan Blachowicz is not that good of a fighter. I think Rockhold's skill should be able to put him over the top in that fight.
You know what? I didn't know about the weight cutting thing was when I heard about Masvidal when he was talking on Joe Rogan podcast. How they cut most of their weight in that last week.
Some dudes do.
Well, that's what he was talking about.
Most dudes cut it in that last week.
Because when he said he was fighting at 155, he was coming in that last week at like 173. I was like, you cut 13 pounds in like 4 or 5 fucking days?
You ever see what Chael Sonnen does?
No.
You never heard about Chael Sonnen's weight cut?
No, because
he does it the same way every time. Chael Sonnen cuts his weight. He gets as close as he can to the mark, and then he cuts all the weight over the final night. He's cut 23 pounds in one night.
How the fuck you do that?
He's done it. He cut 23 pounds overnight one time and fought and won. Who was that against? I think it was against either Michael Bisping. It was either against Michael Bisping or our boy Brian Stan. Cut 23 pounds overnight, went out and won. I thought Michael Bisping beat him in their fight, but...
I think because, what was the last round, he took Michael Bisping down, and he rode that last round out. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I feel like that's how it went. I thought he won that fight, too. And now correct me if I'm wrong, when it comes to Michael Bisping, I feel like I thought he lost Anderson Silva.
No, if you look at it if you look at it, it depends on how you feel about blending the damage and the actual stats of the fight. Bisping clearly won 3, maybe 4 rounds of that fight.
Okay, man. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Then.
Right. But make no mistake about it, Anderson fucked him up at 2 different spots of that fight. He hurt his back.
His eye was
he almost
like
knocked
shut.
him out.
His eye, well,
remember with the knee at the end of the 3rd round. But Bisping came back to win the last 2 rounds, and you can make an argument he won the 1st round.
Because the clip I saw, he rocked Anderson Silva in one of the rounds. He dropped Anderson Silva.
Yeah, he dropped him a couple times.
And like I said, maybe I was just mistaken.
If you've only watched it once, you probably can't remember it. I remember it. I watched it a couple times.
Yeah, I only watch fights.
But it was close. You can make an argument either way. He won, but yeah, he dropped Anderson. He landed more shots throughout the duration of the fight than Anderson. I thought he won if I remember it correctly, I thought he won the 1st round, the 3rd and the 5th round, and then you can make an argument he won the 2nd round. The only round he really got beat up in was that 3rd round. Anderson was getting the better of him in the 3rd round, and then kneed him. And yeah, that knee was fucking brutal, dude. That was one of the heaviest knees ever. Anderson's dangerous as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
He blasted him with that fucking shot.
Broke my heart when he beat Chael Sonnen in the first fight. Chael Sonnen was whooping his ass.
That's so crazy. How crazy is that? The fix is in? No.
4.5 rounds of an ass whooping, and you just get caught one time in a choke.
How do you think about Jorge and Ben?
Give me a Jorge. I can't stand Ben Askren.
I want Jorge to win, but I think Ben Askren's going to take him down and beat him up.
I want Jorge to give him 3 pieces in a soda.
Dude, I'm going to be rooting for Jorge.
Yeah.
I've been rooting for Jorge for years, but
I'm kind of a fan of his now.
I'm a fan of both guys.
I'm not a fan of Ben Askren. I can't fucking stand him.
Why?
He's just a jackass. Like his trash talking, he has that corny ass fucking smile on his face.
He does, dude. He's an ugly motherfucker too. It makes it even better.
He doesn't look like his eyes are open when he's talking.
He just looks like Ben Askren looks like 2 really, really genetically developed, like, Hills Have Eyes wrestling people came together and had a kid and spit him out. He looks all funky. Like, have you seen his side profile?
No.
His chin sticks out really far. He's got a big old nose. Like, he's just a goof. That not only is his style funky, but he looks funky. But I think it helps his whole thing, his shit talking and like how he looks and how he fights.
He looks like that guy who won section in high school and then walks around for the next 40 years telling everybody he won section in high school. like that's what he looks like.
Well, hey, dude, I have a coach who will always take a wrestler in every fight. Like one of my coaches at the gym, Tim Boda. He's one of the wrestling coaches. One time I posted.
That's what my other wrestling buddies do.
I posted this thing where it had like 15 like all time like great fighters and action dudes and all this stuff. and it was like pick 3 to help you in a bar brawl or something like that. And everyone's like picking their people out, and all of a sudden my coach chimes in. And he posts on there. He just picks the wrestler. He doesn't pick 3 guys. He just takes the wrestler out of the group. That's all I need is that one guy. It's like, okay. And it's like one of the dudes was Mike Tyson, and it's like, yo, Mike Tyson was fucking athletic as fuck. Like if you don't get Mike Tyson on your first or second shot, he's gonna hit you and kill you.
He would kill you.
Like you better hope that your one wrestler dude gets Mike on the floor. I've always said that really athletic dudes are hard to take down no matter how good you are at wrestling. Like there's certain dudes like Anthony Johnson's not the best wrestler, even though he wrestled in college. But he's hard to take down because he's super athletic. He throws his fucking sprawl down, whap, that sprawl comes fast.
Yeah, he's a fat guy now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's because he's not in the gym all the time. He's not fat like normal person fat. Right. Like he's carrying around some chump, but
he's definitely roiding up, is what I heard.
Yeah, make no doubt about it though. If he got back in the gym, he'd lose 20 pounds. You know what's funny thing is,
I remembered recently he used to fight a fucking welterweight.
Yeah, dude, that shit was crazy. He got fucked up by
Koscheck. But
yeah, he lost, and then remember he started going to 85. He's getting fucked up there too by Vitor.
Then he started fighting where he should have fought the whole time. Yeah, he should have been
fighting the whole time. He was killing himself. He was the biggest welterweight ever, dude.
I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe that.
So we'll to end on this, we're gonna talk about a couple other things. First thing, what's the state? What do you think about the state of Conor McGregor? There's actually a couple more. There's actually another thing I want to talk about.
I feel like he's gonna box again.
You really think he's gonna box again? Sometimes some people say that. I don't believe that.
I don't think he's gonna be a I don't think he's gonna be a full-time fighter. But I feel like, well, actually, I don't even know anymore because Paulie, that other dude, yeah, he's actually in bare knuckle boxing now. So I think because for a while there there was talk about trying to get them two in a boxing match. But now that he's in bare knuckle boxing, I don't know if he's actually going back to regular boxing. So actually, I don't know if Conor McGregor's going back to boxing. But Conor McGregor is going to fight again.
I think he fights in the UFC though.
I don't think, huh?
I think he fights in the UFC.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to fight in the UFC again. If Malignaggi goes back to boxing, I think they're going to try and set up a fight there because I think Conor McGregor's ego is just too much. And anybody who knows anything about Conor McGregor didn't believe his fucking retirement speech the last time. Or this past time.
Oh, yeah, he was just fucking around because he's in negotiations with the UFC. He has been. He wrote that on there because he wants a piece of the company. And that's where they're having a hard time. They're having some disconnect here.
Apparently shitty whiskey marketing on a fucking mat.
Yo, that shit's killing in sales.
Yeah, of course. It's Conor McGregor.
Every liquor store selling it now there, and a lot of times you go.
The liquor store I bought that shit from sells it.
But that spot's empty a lot of times. People just buying it.
Because it's Conor McGregor. Nobody's buying it because it's good whiskey. I mean, I got to try it first, but the reviews on it aren't that good.
Yeah, the reviews on it aren't that good, but I mean, it's the name. What I'm looking at right now is, here's the problem. If he comes back, I've been hearing this. This is something Ariel Helwani and
they were trying to set up him and Cerrone,
Luke
but he wanted the main event.
Well, no, this is just recent, and I'm going to be fucking pissed off if it happens. There's a lot of people that are close to the situation that thinks that they would be willing, if Khabib and Conor came to the proper price, to fucking leapfrog Dustin Poirier with Conor and let them fight for the title. Even though Poirier just won the interim title.
That shouldn't happen, and
would you be surprised if that happened?
I would be shocked.
I would be shocked, too. Most people wouldn't be shocked, but I would be shocked if they did that, too. Like, you can't do that.
Like, even though it's plausible that they would do something like that, I'd be shocked that they would do that to Dustin Poirier. You can't do that to that guy.
I would be fucking heartbroken if they fucking did that to him. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
I'd even be more shocked because Dana White even said in press conference, Dustin Poirier is next in line to fight Khabib. They're probably gonna throw a fucking parade if Poirier has to pull out of the fight, so they can set Conor McGregor and Khabib 2 up.
And look, we're in this weird spot with Conor where rumors floating that he's like, I'm not fighting unless I'm a main event. It's like, okay, well, you're not a champion. And in pay-per-views, we want to see a championship fight on most pay-per-views.
Right.
So unless there's room for you to be the main event on some sort of a pay-per-view, we have a bunch of belts now.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, you're gonna have to take a co-main event fight.
If there's a championship,
or fight on a fight night, and he ain't gonna fight on a fight night.
Right. If there's a championship fight, that has to be a main event, or at least one of the main event or the co-main event, like the last fight card.
You know, so fights. What I've always said is this: if he comes back, they need to find the proper fight for him. You got to find a fight for him that is competitive, but that he could win. Because if he, I don't know, how do you agree with Brendan Schaub? Schaub thinks if he loses another fight, like back to back, like he's lost, if he loses a third straight, they think it's going to take a super, super hit to his stock. Because his stock, he's lost a couple fights, but he hasn't taken a hit to his stock yet. His stock's just boop, boop, boop.
Depends who he loses to. When it comes to,
so what I'm saying
I don't
is,
think his stock's going to hurt. I think his credibility is going to hurt a little bit.
I think you got to find the proper fight for him. So if you look at lightweight, honestly, if you want to keep it really a buck, you should have him and Tony Ferguson fight.
Tony Ferguson needs
that should be in September. Him versus Tony Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson,
co-main event to that Khabib and if you're gonna keep it a buck.
I wouldn't put them four in the same fucking fight card.
Fuck that. Let's go, baby. If you're gonna keep it totally 100%, that's the fight.
I mean, as a fan, I would love to see that.
That's the fight.
But if I'm Dana White, I don't want to have a heart attack.
Dude, that would be fucking crazy. Poirier could smash Khabib and say, "What's up, big nuggets?"
And I mean, no offense, Ferguson needs to take medication.
Yeah, right, dude. Tony Ferguson's nuts, dude. No, they put a tracker in my ankle.
He needs to take medication for his next
That's
fight.
what they need to do. If they don't do that fight, well, I mean, I think Conor would beat the shit out of Al Iaquinta. Al Iaquinta's ranked 4th.
I was loving at the prospect Conor McGregor versus Cerrone. I was a huge
because that's
fan.
a fight both guys can win. That's what I'm saying. I said that on one of the early podcasts. I think I said it on the first podcast you did with us. He's either got to fight. He's got to fight Donald Cerrone or Nate Diaz again. Those are fights he could probably win, but they're fights that are hard.
Nate Diaz he's asking for what? He's asking for more than Conor McGregor. He wants 20 to 30 million for the next fight against Conor. He said. So
let's look at these guys. You got Nate. I think they should do that fight. I think Conor beats Charles Oliveira because Charles Oliveira's a flake. I think Conor could beat James Vick.
James Vick has the glass jaw of the century.
I think Conor could beat Alexander Hernandez. I think Conor would have trouble against Gregor Gillespie because Gillespie takes everybody down and just beats the shit out of them. That would be a tough fight. I think he could beat Paul Felder. Because I think he's a better striker than Paul Felder. And that's where that fight would go on the field. And I love Paul Felder. He can strike.
Anybody who's a submission artist, Conor McGregor's going to have a problem with.
Yeah. Well, Charles Oliveira is too, but I think Conor could stay on his feet in that fight. Charles Oliveira's takedowns aren't that great. I think Conor stay on his feet in that fight. I think when you look at the matchup, I think Conor could knock out Edson Barboza. Because Edson Barboza's boxing's not that good. Unless Barboza just leg kicked him to death. Which he could.
Right.
Or landed a crazy knockout. I think Conor could take Barboza. I like the way Conor matches up against him. Cerrone, that's a hard fight for both of them. That would have been a crazy fight.
I would have loved that fight.
I call Donald Cerrone is a matchup nightmare for a lot of guys. Unless you're willing to go right at him, make him back up because you can't fight back up.
Cerrone can still submit you.
He can submit you, right? So, Kevin Lee... I don't even want to give any credence to Kevin Lee because I think Kevin Lee is a threat to get the title if he can get his shit together.
I don't know.
I think Kevin Lee could beat him if he came to fight.
He needs to get shit together in a big way. Big way.
How do you feel about him versus Justin Gaethje, though?
Give me Gaethje. I love Gaethje.
See, I don't know. I mean... See, here's the thing. There's a lot of crazy matchups to this. I don't want to sound like a hater because Conor McGregor can fight his fucking ass off, regardless of what anyone says.
Oh, of course.
He's a threat to put any dude away
and his striking
at any time, and his power
is nuts.
And his ability to, when he's in shape.
He can get touched, though.
Yeah, he can get touched. The problem is...
Fucking Khabib rocked him.
I think the Gaethje fight could possibly go similar to the way the Alvarez fight went.
Oh, he just combos him up?
Just because Gaethje keeps coming forward, like Conor might combo him up and beat him up. But then again, a lot of people think Conor's a quitter. I mean, what if Conor's forced to go like 2 or 3 rounds like that Gaethje and Alvarez fight went? with Gaethje just nonstop coming at him? Do you think he can handle that?
If Gaethje's just nonstop coming at him, I don't.
Gaethje's a fucking beast.
I don't.
Dude.
Well, I mean, because Nate Diaz did the same thing, but Nate Diaz doesn't have that kind of power.
You know what? If the UFC was super sneaky, this is what the UFC should do. This is what the UFC should do right here. If Ally Quinta can somehow get past Donald Cerrone, you need to run to the table and do Ally Quinta versus Conor, because that's a matchup nightmare for Ally Quinta. Because if he can't take Conor down, and then Conor fucking right down the pipe, knock his ass out.
I think they should have
because of his striking
I think
style.
they should give Conor the winner regardless.
Think so?
I think they should have gave down.
You don't
Cerrone
think
anyway.
you don't think Tony Ferguson's more deserving than Conor?
I don't. Tony Ferguson needs to be able to come back.
They say he's coming back.
Well, I'm not saying he's not going to come back. I just need to see him come back. I need to see him come back.
All that Dana said was that they go, I'm ready if Tony's ready. They said that apparently he said at home they're taking the proper thing, making the right steps. He said we just need to evaluate him with our doctors, and if our doctors say he's good to go, then he's good to go.
Until he's all cleared, I'm
right.
not putting him
So
in
what
that
I'm saying is, if Al goes out there and beats Cerrone, dude, the matchmakers need to run to the table and go.
He's gonna beat Cerrone, though.
I don't think he beats Cerrone either. But if he does, say he does, I think it's a bad matchup for Ally Quinta, because I don't think he's going to look to take Conor down, and I think Conor's too fast for Al. I think he'll punch Al right in his noggin.
I definitely think they're going to toss somebody to Conor McGregor to get him a win back.
But who are you going to toss though? You can't give him fucking 11. You can't give him a dude outside the top 10. Paul Felder?
Because then that'd be too obvious.
Yeah, Paul Felder, Anthony. I think he could beat Anthony Pettis.
I was just looking at Anthony Pettis.
But Anthony Pettis has been looking good lately.
Yeah.
So it's just you're in a rough spot with Conor McGregor right now. It's like who's he gonna fight? We'll get Jesse in there. We'll get the hooligan in there and fight Conor McGregor.
Knock out power in his jab.
Knock out power in his jab. Make that shit look like an accident for the top row. That fucking kid. Anyways, yeah. My other thing, I was gonna ask you something else. I wanted your opinion on something else. Oh God, I'm so annoyed right now. I'm forgetting. We talked about Conor McGregor.
They could even pull somebody up from 45 if they're bold enough. I want to see Holloway.
Oh.
I want to see Holloway and McGregor too.
How do you feel about the new? There's two things I got in my head. One on these. How do you feel about? Rumor is they might not be getting Brock back.
He's coming back.
I don't know. That's just what Dana's saying.
He entered the USADA testing pool in December.
But DC's got to fight soon. He's got to fight somebody.
Well, he just got hurt, didn't he?
I don't know.
A few months ago.
How do you if they run Stipe and DC back? How do you think that goes?
I think DC beats him again.
I do too, but do you think it'll be more competitive than the first one? Because the first one, in my opinion, wasn't that competitive.
I think it'll go farther, and I think it'll be more competitive. I just think DC puts him away again.
You think he knocks him out again?
Yeah, I think he puts him away again.
Because I have this gut feeling they're going to run that back.
They should.
You think they should?
They definitely shouldn't give it to Brock. What the fuck is Brock done? He hasn't won in 8 years.
Yeah, I know. They'll try to do DC a favor because it's going to make money.
Yeah, and DC and I understand what he's saying. He's about to retire. He wants a money fight because he wants to set himself up, even though he's got already a job, outside of that.
He's got multiple jobs.
But I think you have to why do you have rankings if they're not going to matter? Hey, this who could possibly fight if we don't find a money fight. That's what it should be in parentheses next to the rankings.
And Nate's our boy. We're all best friends. I love Nate, but I don't think. Okay, well, there was an eye poke or two, whatever, right?
Yeah, that wouldn't matter.
I don't think Nate understands how bad Stipe got worked in that fight by him, every aspect, tactically.
Now,
all of that.
Now, remember, I didn't watch. I only watched that 30 seconds before.
You didn't watch the whole fight?
I think because you guys were running through it when we were over here last time, but you weren't. We didn't watch that whole. Then we didn't watch the whole fight.
So you didn't watch the actual fight though live?
No, I was working.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah. Dude, he worked Stipe. He showed Stipe how a real fight works in that fight. The way he positioned himself, exiting in and out of the clinch, moving side to side, cutting Stipe off, just getting Stipe or time. He was moving in just enough for Stipe to throw the punches, so he can go okay, and then move out of the way of the punch, and then get underneath and grab hooks.
Matter of fact, he can even submit Stipe.
Yeah, he just worked him, and I was so honestly. I said when we first watched Figo, I thought like with Stipe's skill and power on the feet, I'm like, I think I think Stipe can hurt DC, maybe knock him out.
Stipe is big time.
He's big time. He's a beast. Like, but I think it's gonna go similar.
I'll even give him credit. He's the greatest UFC heavyweight of all time.
You could make the argument he's the greatest UFC heavyweight of all time, but he just got murked by a dude that hadn't been fighting heavyweight in a while.
Right.
So you could make an argument that DC is the greatest heavyweight of all time. DC almost half of DC's fights are heavyweight fights.
Like that's why I said UFC heavyweight, because he defended that belt 4 times?
Yeah,
more than anybody.
I would still say DC's the best heavyweight ever.
Yeah, best heavyweight ever. Yeah, I'm talking just UFC, strictly UFC.
Yeah.
You gotta give Stipe.
So I'm having a feeling though. That's what I've been thinking about. Like, when are we gonna DC? Like it's got to happen. He's been talking about retiring.
Because he was supposed to retire on his birthday, which was last month, and then he pushed it back. He was supposed to have 2 more fights. That neither one of them's happened. He needs to stop sneezing and blowing out his back.
Is that really true? He said that, right? He sneezed one time and blew his back.
Out his fucking back,
dude.
It was. I think it was. Was it before the Stipe fight? Or before the second John Jones fight?
I don't remember, but I heard him tell the story. I ain't gonna lie though, I've sneezed and made my back crack.
We were talking about that the other day. Somebody sneezed so hard. I'm like, it's not out there that he tweaked.
You know what
his
else
back.
I did one time? I tweaked my back one time from inhaling too hard.
Yeah, I've never done that.
I took like a wicked deep breath one day when I was at work, and I was like, I think I was making copies or something in the back at work for the fucking logs or whatever. And it was the way I reached out to grab something. Now, I have an issue with a muscle in my back. I actually like really fucked up a muscle in my back. And it's fine now, but if I can still tweak it. And I've done it twice. At work, I reached out like this to grab something, and it like kind of flexes that muscle in your back when you make that motion. Right. And I breathed, didn't realize it was like a sigh, like like that or something like that, dude. And it made my back, that back muscle, like it did something in my back. And I was like, fuck. And then one time I was at home and I reached to grab something again, and I fucking did the same exact thing. Yo, what up, Griff?
What, Big Griff?
What up, Big Griff?
What'd he say?
He just was like, he sent a pussy sign. But yeah.
Is he listening to podcasts on Company Time?
Company Time? Podcast? Go says probably Punani. But yeah, yeah, so I believe it. The last thing I was going to ask you was this. How do you feel about the new UFC streaming platform and shit with ESPN? Did you hear all the problems they have with it?
Yeah, well, we were trying to watch the fight at my buddy's house.
You had issues with it?
Yeah,
oh my lord!
We got in there was a second fight on the main and the prelims. We didn't get to watch the first fight and the half of the second fight because we couldn't get on there. We had to watch fucking every other sport that was on ESPN Plus.
Meanwhile, you can easily just go stream it with good quality.
He got it on his phone.
Yeah,
but he couldn't get it on his whatever device he had on his TV.
Dude, that sucks. The way their format's supposed to be is apparently, from what I've been told by everyone, is that every place I've been seeing is that it's good for the fans, supposedly, but it's not going to be good for the fighters because the UFC now is going to get like a guaranteed nut. They're going to get paid
$1.5 billion
no matter what off this deal. Like they don't need to. So they're going to just roll out the best matchups they can and stuff like that. They're just going to be like, no, they're not going to fucking market them as much as they used to, not push certain guys as much as they used. So like Conor McGregor kind of doesn't have as much leverage as he used to. His UFC's going to get paid a shit ton no matter what.
Like with that ESPN deal with the company just sold for, you increased your company net worth by almost 40% off just that ESPN deal alone.
So that makes it so the fighters have less leverage because it's like, we kind of don't need you for right now, the time being. Like, you don't got to build a star anymore. Like, you don't got to build a fucking star. Like, you're going to get that nut all the time. And how much was it? Like, I heard there was like a deal where it was like, if you bought the pay-per-view, it's like $5 a month for ESPN Plus.
Which is a deal.
Well, you say that.
With all the sports you
but
get.
But they don't show dick on there.
They show all the fucking sports. So we're on the page, depending on which...
I must not be knowing how to work it because I have yet to watch any primetime high-level games. All that's ever on mine is, it could be because of I use it primarily when I'm at work on the weekends. Like, like the March Madness was on, and all it fucking showed was fucking NIT on mine. And, like, it showed, so I'm obviously, as you know,
maybe it's only...
I'm a huge soccer fan. Go USA.
Well, I honestly, because I think March Madness...
But I've not seen any marquee games. Every time I go to it, there's never like a high-level football game on or a high-level fucking NBA game on. The only thing that's been good for right now is one of my favorite leagues to watch in soccer is the Italian league, and I've been watching on there.
It's because it's shown on different networks. I don't know if it's depending on the rounds or like the area or whatever, but I think the March Madness, the tournament itself, is the rights are to like the CBS.
Yeah, I don't know, but
it's kind of like the Olympics with NBC.
Besides the fights, it hasn't been that useful to me. The sites, the that and the Italian League soccer, they also show. I know you don't watch soccer, but there's like 3 major leagues in Europe that go all year round. They show some of those, like the Champions League stuff.
We were watching the playoff basketball games while we were waiting for that.
That's weird. I'm gonna have to figure out how that works because I don't know. I don't know why mine's not. It just doesn't feel like it's up to snuff. Spencer and I were saying like we think about getting rid of it.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on the time of this, whatever sports are going on at the time.
So
we need to talk about football next time, man.
Yeah,
we didn't break down the divisions yet.
We're gonna have to do that at some point. I've been trying to get Anton on. Is there anything else going on in the MMA world that you're interested in? Anything that's going on that you got your eye on? Any guys coming up? Anything at all? Anything you heard?
Not really. Seen? Not really, because I'm so stuck in my boy Blessed. Broke my heart a little bit.
Listen, dude, Andy J is a man of his word, and I never doubted that. I don't know why you keep saying it. I'm a man of my word. I know you are.
It was this fucking $40 bottle of whiskey.
I'm just saying. Hey, see, that's the thing that you guys need to understand. I'm down to fucking bet. I put my money where my mouth is on everything. I'm down to bet. Honestly, Nate hates when I say this. But and he hates it when I say this. I go, how good is your opinion on all these sports? I go, how can I take your opinion on all these sports for real if you ain't going to back it up? How can I really think that you really believe in your actual analyzation of what's going to happen in a given sport if you're not willing to put the bread down on it, dude?
I don't like betting with Nate because he's a fucking swindler.
Ooh, do tell.
Because we almost made this one bet one time, and it was about...
The worst is the fantasy football, because he tries to act like he's not.
He's a swindler. He'll tell you he's a swindler.
Meanwhile, he's like, the integrity of the game, and he needs... I'm telling you, I've been telling this. Nate needs to become a politician.
Now, I will say this, though, when it comes to trades in the fantasy league. If somebody's willing to accept it, I'm not going to veto it. Fucking let them. That's their own damn fault. If you put out a trade to get rid of it, all you have to do is say no or reject it.
Speaking of that, you want Lamar Jackson?
Fuck no.
Hey, whatever, dude.
Not for Keenan Allen.
I know, but I'm saying I'm chopping him.
No, I gotta look at my roster anyway.
Because that's coming back up too.
Let me know when that's coming back up.
Because I don't need him, and I'm gonna look to shop him. Dude, he scored 20 plus the past 6 weeks, but I don't need him.
I'm just not very high on him getting touchdowns all the time, except for running the ball. Because they just cut their top 2 receivers.
But yeah, Nate, I try to get him to bet me all the time. Like,
I can't bet with Nate. Because you got to literally figure every single angle before you shake hands with him. Because he'll find a way to wiggle away to be like, no.
We have a bet. What did we have a bet on? Who did we bet on?
I don't know. You bet on something. You had to buy him
buffet. Dude, we bet Tyson Fury and the Bronze Bomber. That's the last bet we did. Wilder, Deontay Wilder.
I heard Fury actually won that fight.
I thought he won it, but it was a draw, I think.
Right, it was a draw, but everybody told me Fury's the one who won that fight.
I thought he won it. He got knocked down at one point, but then he won almost every other round.
He got knocked down twice. Yeah. Once in the last round and once in the third round.
But I thought he won every other round besides the ones he got knocked down in.
That's what I don't know. That's what I heard too.
Apparently, if you do the math, say you give Deontay Wilder 2 out of those 12 rounds, you do the math, he still should lose on the scorecard, even if you gave him, the equivalent of a 10-8.
Yeah, which it should have been if he got knocked down.
Right. You do the math, he still loses by 2 points, I think. Something like that.
He would lose by more than 2 if it was 10 to 2.
That's how they do it. They do the 10-8 round style in boxing, right?
Yeah, if you get knocked down,
So
I
10
believe it goes to 10-8.
So that means Fury would have gotten 100 points, 10 times 10, right? If he won 10 of those rounds, 10-9, Fury would get 100 and what? 106, 118
Well, you also got to
points.
give him the 2 9-point rounds,
so
so 118.
So Fury would have won 118 what to Wilder's what? 9 times 10 plus 20, right?
Yeah. It'd be 118, 110.
He would lose. Yeah, he'd lose by 18 points.
It would be 118 and 110, wouldn't it?
That's what I meant.
8 points.
Yes, he'd lose by 8 points. He would lose by 8 points.
So how the fuck did he get
I don't know, dude.
4 more rounds or 2 more rounds or 3 more rounds?
I thought Wilder won 3 rounds, I think it was. I'm pretty sure. I thought Wilder won 3 rounds, so it's still, you'd only
111
lose
to 117.
111 to 117. That's what the score probably
That's
should
still a wide margin.
be. It was a draw, because boxing's fucking corrupt, dude. Like, who cares? You know how much
100%.
money that would make if they fight again?
That's why I like
But that's such a big disparity. That's so scummy, dude.
the horrible ones. Remember the Conor McGregor Floyd fight? One judge didn't give Conor 1 round.
That was stupid, because Conor won like 6 rounds.
He won the first 3.
I thought he won like 5, right?
I thought he was down 5-4 going in that 10th where he got
Yeah, I thought he
TKO'd.
won 5 rounds.
No, I thought he won 4.
Or 4 rounds?
Yeah, he was down 5. He was down 5-4 going in that 10th where he
Yeah,
got
and then
TKO'd.
Floyd was just like, all right, let's take him out. He definitely won a handful of rounds. It's like,
Floyd, that was on purpose though. Floyd,
yeah.
Floyd wanted to punch
knew what he was
himself
doing.
out. Yeah.
Floyd knew what he was doing. Let's be real. Floyd kind of had taken him out in the first couple rounds if he really wanted to. Like,
Floyd played it smart though.
Yeah,
He
because
made
it makes
punch
money.
Himself out.
Do you agree with me on this? That fight only happened because of Floyd's fighting style.
What do you mean?
The only way you could take a dude like Conor McGregor with his boxing acumen, which is, it's like, it's decent, right? For MMA, it's high level, but for regular boxing, it's decent. The only way you can make that fight the only reason why that fight was able to be made is because of their styles, right? Floyd can implement a style where he could just play defense, pick you apart, and then beat you later, right? And you could do that because it puts on a show, and they're not going to really overtly hurt each other. You can't do Conor versus Pacquiao. You can't do Conor versus
He would get murdered.
Miguel Cotto or Canelo or someone like that.
Murdered.
Because they play for keeps and their fighting style is, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
I'm going to knock you out. They're power puncher boxers.
Conor would get murdered.
He would get knocked out in the first couple rounds.
He would get absolutely
That's why you couldn't that's why it was like the perfect timing, the perfect opponent. Floyd's style made it so you could sell that shit and make it a good fight. People think Floyd's a fucking pussy even though he's not.
He's
right, like they really thought
smart.
Conor. They thought Conor's gonna knock him out. Like Floyd's not tough as nails. It's
now,
like, give me a break.
No, I don't like watching Floyd fight.
I do. I just don't like him as a person. He's just a dick.
But
Hits women and shit.
But you can't deny that he's a genius.
He's one of the best fighters of all time. One of the best. Not only he's one of the best combat sport athletes of all time.
I mean, like, isn't the whole like? Do you want to have a meathead when you're older? Like, do you want to
Right.
be
It's like Dominic Cruz, baby. Dominic Cruz still the GOAT of the bantamweight division. Suck it. Got to win over Dillashaw, and Dillashaw popped. So Dillashaw is the second best of all time.
Lost to Garbrandt.
So what?
He got fucked up by Garbrandt.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
He got fucked up.
But-
He got fucked up by Garbrandt.
But hey, styles make fights.
That's
That's another weird fight that Mike called. My buddy Bonner's a whiz when it comes to this shit. My buddy Mike's like, I'm telling you, TJ Dillashaw's gonna beat him. I'm like, no fucking way. Or not Dillashaw, but
Garbrandt.
But Dillashaw, fuck TJ Dillashaw. He's on my hit list, dude.
Fucking cheater.
It's for me. It's not just the cheating. Like I said, like the cheating, whatever. Dudes cheat. A lot of these dudes cheat.
He's fucking snake in the grass.
But it's the way he's gone about his whole career.
Anytime he lost, it was some sort of.
It's just some bullshit. And just sick of him, dude. At least he manned up for his fucking shit.
He did.
But
and then it's even worse when you heard about what happened when Team Alpha Male when he ended that dude's career when he cheap shot him.
oh yeah, that kid could fight too. What the fuck was his name?
I can't remember his name, but I guess he cheap shot him.
Chris Holdsworth.
Cheap shot him, ended his career.
Knocked him out. Yeah, gave him a concussion. Bad. Apparently, it was really bad. But yeah, TJ's one of those little psychos. Like that's all he wants to do is win, and I get it. Like that's how he makes his money. But
You gotta have like some sort of honor.
But yeah, dude,
Or spine.
football's right around the corner, man. We could talk about it for a couple seconds. You ready for football season?
I'm stoked.
Why are you stoked?
It's football.
I'm ready for it. No, I'm ready for you to tell me like Mariota and the boys are going to the Super Bowl and shit.
I think this is going to be Mariota's last year in the Titans.
Well, he has a chance to make this his last year as the Titans. If he doesn't come out and play well, this will be his last year.
See, the thing about it is this.
I think he's capable, but who knows?
Mariota last year set the Titans single season record for completion percentage. He was like 69%. The only problem is his ass can't stay healthy to save his fucking life. He tried. He put on. I think he put on like 10 pounds, and he tried to like lean out and muscle up, like lean off some of the fat he had, muscle up a little bit to try and take the hits better, which is smart. I get it. I just think this year it's the same shit's gonna happen. He's gonna be healthy for the first half of the season, struggle with injury the second half, and I think in the offseason, him and his agent are gonna want way too much money. Titans aren't gonna want to give it to him. So they're going to be, all right, go out there and explore. And then he's going to sign somebody else who's dumb enough to give him that big-ass contract. And I love Marcus Mariota. I want him to be the Titans franchise quarterback. And for the longest time, I thought he was going to be the franchise quarterback. And I think he can be if he can stay healthy, but I just don't think he can stay healthy. That's just the biggest problem I have with him. And then another problem is, like, they took one of his biggest weapons away when he got hurt, Delaney Walker. He got hurt game 1, which was a huge blow. And then he got Taywan Taylor and Tajay Sharp that aren't nearly consistent enough. Corey Davis is going to be a star in this league, but he's not there yet. And he got two of the other guys that can't step up. Their backups for them couldn't catch a cold. And that's why Adam Humphries was a big sign. Like I said, I thought they gave him a little bit too much money, but seeing how Golden Tate got $9.5 million a fucking year, doesn't seem like that's too bad. But I don't know. We'll see. They got rid of the excess cargo on their offensive line. Got rid of Quentin Spain, Josh Klein, who were both garbage. They got the 9th best guard in Saffold, and the entire NFL signed him. They need another guard. Delaney Walker's back. If Derrick Henry can sustain what he did at the end of the season. But they got a tougher schedule this year, too. I don't know. I think they're going to be second in the division. I think Colts are going to win it this year. Colts definitely proved me wrong last year. Andrew Luck stayed healthy for a full fucking season. Offensive line was absolutely amazing for him. I just don't think the Texans. I think Texans are going to go third this year. I think Tennessee's going to end up second with like another 9-7.
You know why?
Huh?
You know why, right?
Why is that?
They lost the best player in the division, dude.
Which one's that?
Honey Badger flew off. He's about to go win a chip, dude.
I don't think Lamar Miller's going to be that good this year.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Texans have some holes. Like Lamar Miller, he's getting
Demaryius
old.
Thomas is gone.
Yeah, he's getting old. Like,
even though Demaryius Thomas didn't really do a whole lot anyway. That's still a weapon that's gone.
That defense is going to have holes on it. I love the quarterback there.
I think one of their corners
he's a game
left.
breaker. We have one of their corners left. One of the their best defensive. Well, their third best defensive player left. Their best defensive back left in Tyrann Mathieu. You never know. That's a team where like they're good guys. Like their best player, JJ Watt. You never know what you can get out of him every season. Like he could just be injured and done.
No, who's the other? Kareem Jackson? Is that his name?
He's a corner. He could play.
I think he's their best secondary guy.
Now.
I thought he was that one.
Dude, listen, dude. Don't make me get Darren on the line, all right? Tell you how good the Honey Badger is.
I did like him. I did like that sign. There was a 1 year.
Don't make me call Darren right now, dude.
The Honey Badger.
Fuck, Honey Badger's the truth, dude.
Remember what college you used to play for?
Yeah, LSU, bitch.
That's true.
I'm gonna tell you something, dude, about the Honey Badger. He's my favorite player.
I can see that.
You should have gone to the Bengals. But listen, the Bengals are coming out. They're going to win 12 games this year, dude. It's a fucking wrap, dude.
Okay.
Did you know, there's, I just seen, they just put out Bucky. Was it Bucky Brooks? Someone put out a top 10 teams that are on the rise and that have bright futures. Your team was one of them. My team, they said my team was one of them, but who the fuck knows? My team sucks. But your team was one of the teams they named. Mike Vrabel, that's the guy I wanted.
That's not what I said.
That's who I wanted right there.
You guys told that lie to yourself so much.
That's not a lie.
That's 100%
That's not a lie.
100%
You always say that.
100% a lie.
You always say that.
100% a lie.
You always lie.
100% a lie.
It's just you guys can draft some dude. You're like, that's exactly the dude I wanted. Third round, second pick.
You are so full of shit.
Pick 112. That's exactly where I knew he would go. Pick 112. That's the guy we got.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Mike Vrabel. That's exactly the guy we wanted.
That's not. Nope. That's not what
I'm like, Andy, you didn't even know Mike. You didn't even know that they were like fucking talking to Mike Vrabel.
That's not what I said. Who I wanted was the Patriots offensive coordinator, Daniels.
Josh McDaniels?
Yeah, McDaniels. That's who I wanted, and he was going to the Colts. I was like, I hope Tennessee can get him, because that it was between the Colts and the Titans who were really pushing for him. That's why I wanted, because he's offensive guru, just not a great head coach. When he was with I think he was with the Broncos. He was head coach of the Broncos at one time. But he's a really good offensive coordinator. That's who I wanted.
Dude, this is so funny. I'm not going.
And I also said Matt LaFleur, who they got offensive coordinator anyway. He didn't do a very good job, but the Packers hired him as a head coach.
But listen, dude, it's the guy you wanted.
How about you guys told that lie to yourself so much?
Hopefully it comes through. Hopefully
you guys actually believe it.
That's exactly the dude I wanted.
You guys are so... You weren't even there.
That's just
you weren't even there.
You know, because you've done it to me, though.
And when?
Dude, with like draft picks or other free agents, you're like, that's exactly the guy. I can't remember. Who? Dude, you've done it before.
Like who? I want to know who.
Nate agrees with me. Dude, there was a draft pick you had a couple years ago, and I was like, how do I feel about that pick? And you were just like, that's exactly the guy I wanted. That's the guy. I forget who the fuck it was. I'm trying to remember who the fuck it was. Oh my god! And I remember what was it? You're banging the table for Jabril Peppers. Jabril Peppers. That's what we're gonna take. We're gonna take Jabril Peppers.
I said I would like Jabril Peppers because he's a fucking
dude.
animal.
Did I tell you I'm considering about?
Now I think I know who you're talking about.
There was another player,
Jack Conklin.
Was it Jack Conklin or was it Adoree Jackson? One of those two guys.
It wasn't Adoree Jackson because I wanted.
It was Jack Conklin.
I wanted Jabril Peppers. I was actually mad that we took Adoree Jackson.
Conklin.
It actually turned out good for us. He went all pro his rookie year.
Yeah, he went all pro. Jack Conklin.
We needed a right tackle.
It's the guy we wanted. We needed a punter.
A punter. We have a Pro Bowl punter every year.
I considered applying for the University of Michigan. The guy goes psych program there for grad school. Yeah, it's actually not cheap, or it's not expensive to go there. That's the place I want to go. University of Michigan. That's where we want to go.
That is where I would want to go.
I don't know. I'd fucking feel guilty going there, knowing how much you love them. I'd be like, this is fucking cheeks.
Why would you feel guilty?
Be up there in fucking Ann Arbor.
Oh, I'm going to a game.
Ann Arbor. Against who? Ohio State?
Michigan State.
You go against Michigan State, you can bring Chris Cross over there. Just tell everyone they suck.
Dude, I was looking to go to Ohio State game, but like the most decent, cheapest tickets I found were like $350 a piece.
Damn, fuck that.
I was like, no. I mean, we did end up spending a lot of money on Michigan State tickets, but for way better seats.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, I know it's the guy you wanted and all that, but
see, I hear all this talk, but I don't hear no examples except for the one I gave you.
Jack Conklin, dude.
I gave that one to you. And
you were like, yep.
And that is who I wanted. We needed a right tackle.
It's just like every guy you guys got. Josh does the same shit too. I
don't do
Josh
that.
Josh does something similar, right?
Similar to who?
Josh does something similar to you.
You're full of
Armstrong,
shit.
he'll message me about some random free agent that the Patriots got, and he'll be like, dude, the Patriots just signed Hingle McCringleberry. I'm like, who's he? He's a wide receiver. And I'm just making the name up. I'm like, yeah. He's like, he's nasty. And you go and look the dude up, and he's just like, God's flashed here or there, whatever. But Josh will like call me and be like, we got this guy. Or like he'll tell me like someone's just trading him, and I'm like,
matter of fact, in this past draft, who I wanted to either pick Harold Landry or that kid from Central Florida that had the one arm. He was fucking nasty.
I love how you wanted Harold Landry.
Because I saw the scouting reports on him, everybody was putting out on him, and he was fucking nasty.
I didn't like Harold Landry.
We ended up picking him in the second round, but we picked Rashaan Evans in the first round. And what I said about him is I said he was good, and I'm really glad we got both of them. We were able to pick Harold Landry in the second round.
You guys are gonna fucking trade up. You're gonna trade up, and you're gonna fucking take what's his face there, the big wide receiver that's overrated. You're like, that's exactly what I wanted.
Oh, DK Metcalf.
Yep, DK Metcalf.
The one I told you I didn't want.
Yep.
The one I told you I didn't want. Matter of fact, I'll tell you who I want right now.
Who do you want?
I want that. I can't remember his fucking name. I want one of two guys. I want either that D tackle out of Alabama, but he's gonna be picked way before we're at 19th. So unless we trade up and get him, and then I believe his name is Williams. I can't. That other D tackle out of Clemson. That kid's fucking nasty. We need a D tackle to put next to Jarrell Casey. That's who my more pressing issue is. And we need a pass rusher. But need somebody to clog that fucking middle to help with that run defense. Who do you want for your squad?
My buddy Dante's ridiculous. He wants to hang out. I got a new friend who I've become buddies with, and he's fucking hilarious. My buddy Dante. And he goes, I go, you can hang out tonight if you want. I go, just gotta be quiet. He goes, let me finish my homework. I'll shoot by. He goes, unless you want to come by and bump some tunes. I go, all right. I go, I've been drinking, so I can't drive. He goes, it's just me at my pad. He goes, and I got an extra bed if you want to get risky drunk. He goes, or if you want to cuddle.
Okay. But you just need to stop making shit up. You need to stop making shit up. A little preoccupied over there, are you?
No, sorry, I just messed it. But yeah, who do I want my team to take? I don't know, dude. We're always in a shitty spot. We always pick in the fucking middle, and it drives me crazy.
Where are you guys picking at?
11 or 10, something like that.
Listen, man, all I'm saying is you guys stop making shit up. He's preoccupied again.
But sorry, I'm texting. But yeah, so honestly, we can go in a fucking plethora of ways. I don't fucking think it matters because we fucking suck. We got a new coach, which is long overdue.
Yeah, like 8 fucking years overdue.
Dude, he's been my coach since I was 13.
Yeah, he hasn't won one playoff game. He's like, what, 0-10? 0-11?
Yeah, I never won.
He's like your Jeff Fisher. But worse because he didn't do anything ever.
Yeah, so if we went a bunch of different ways, I wouldn't care. We can go quarterback first round. I'd be happy with that. I mean, I love Andy Dalton. He's underrated in my opinion. Like, he's won a lot of fucking football games for us. A handful of the times he had an opportunity to win. Well, no, I'm just saying, like, in the times that he had opportunities to play, he got hurt and shit, and we had to play like AJ McCarron. So, I mean, I feel like if we draft a quarterback, it's not a big deal because we're going to replace him eventually. He's 30 and doesn't want a playoff game. I can understand how we want to move on from him. I like Drew Lock. There's a chance he'll be there at 10 or 11, and if we take him, you could sit him behind him and polish him.
Now, I want to make a correction of the last time I was talking to you about the quarterback situation. I said Dwayne Haskins was the number one quarterback. I am changing it to Drew Lock.
I think he's the best quarterback.
Because I forgot
him and Kyler Murray.
I forgot me and Nate one day we were kind of watching this film, and I watched this film again, and I actually wrote scouting reports for the top 5 quarterbacks. Drew Lock is a fucking beast.
He can make all the throws. The only problem is he comes out of that friggin' weird air raid system. But
he can also make plays with his feet if he needs to, yeah. And he has the ability to have that soft touch throw. He's not going to zing it through your hands if you're just going over the top. Now, Ryan Finley, you said something about him last time I was here.
I like Ryan Finley's game tape.
I don't like him. He's
an accurate quarterback.
He has like the soft accurate passes, and I'm because I never fucking remember shit. He is a slow thrower. And he has average arm strength.
Yeah, that's his biggest thing is he's got lower arm strength.
So out of the top 5...
But in today's game, I think he could be a serviceable quarterback. That's all I'm saying. I think if he gets with the right coach, I think he could play in today's league. He plays in pro style offense.
Because out of all the 5 quarterbacks, he was number 5 on my list. And I think, when's the draft? 24th?
28th.
28th?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's 28th?
Yep, it's 28th. But I'm okay with, we need front 7 players. We need offensive linemen. Our strengths are our receiving core, our tight ends, and our defensive backs. That's our strength.
25th.
That's 25th.
I thought it was 25th.
We need front 7 players, preferably linebackers, and we need offensive linemen. But I mean, we can go in a bunch of different ways. We got a stud running back. So
I think we should do the podcast on 25th.
Fuller, the driver, he wants to come on the podcast and talk football. Maybe me, you, and him can do one. We should do it after
Andy
the draft.
Fuller?
No, the young kid.
Oh.
Fuller, he drives P&D. He's only like 26.
The kid?
He's a football junkie, dude. He knows he knows the sports, dude.
What I was thinking is start before the draft, go like top 5 in each position. Who we think
we
is
could
top
do that.
5.
You and I could do that.
And then when the draft starts, we'll just go pick by pick and just kind of analyze each pick.
I mean, we'll do that. We'll have to set that up. But is there anything else you want to tell the people?
Not really. I think about covers it.
You about to tell the people that that guy that's coming up that's the guy you wanted? Mm-hmm, that's the guy I want.
I just told you what I wanted. You need to stop making shit up.
No, like Nate can corroborate this. What are you talking about?
Nate's making shit up too.
Oh, well, guess what, guys?
I said it one time.
This is the Keepin a G Real podcast. We're going to get out of here so Andy J doesn't freaking blow a gasket, all right?
There's liars over here.
You guys can find me at The Big Piece on Twitter, on PSN, on Twitch, and you can find me at The Big Piece on YouTube or Keepin a G Real. You can type that in and find the podcast episodes. Andy, you got anything to plug?
Nope, can't find me anywhere. That's why I want to keep it.
Hashtag here work. Hashtag can't find me anywhere. Hashtag off the grid. But we'll talk to you next week, guys. We got a couple podcast episodes hopefully we can get through to, and we'll holla at you.